All down again. Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med-Park West High School football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. And tonight, Buffalo Wings and Rings video. I'm Paul Wright, along with Dwayne Clark and Madeline Dudley. We're at PC Field for the first home game after, forever and a day, Dwayne.
Road Warriors, that's what we've been.
Pulaski County 3-1 will host the Eagles of Madison Southern. They come in at 2-2.
A rivalry that's been going on now for I don't know how many years.
A
while. And both teams coming in hot. Pulaski winners of 3 in a row. Madison Southern winners of 2 in a row. So something's got to give.
Madison Southern beat Pulaski a couple years ago. That's one of the few times. But you have to give John Clark credit with his football team. There's been teams, you can mention the Russells and the Rockcastles, and they have fallen to the wayside. And Madison Southern has played Pulaski every year for a long time.
Yeah, and playing up there, back here, I mean, they've had a nice series going, and of course, even appeared on national TV at one point.
Did an ESPN game with Madison Southern in Pulaski County several years ago, and that didn't work out exactly like they wanted to because the marquee guys were hurt and it rained sideways.
It was a rainstorm. It was something we could use, not that hard, but we could use some rain here. It is a beautiful night too, by the way. And if you've ever been at Pulaski's football field, what a setting!
Absolutely, this is a nice setting. Sun goes down. Temperature is going to be great tonight. The humidity has pretty much been non-existent the last few days, so once the sun goes down, it'll cool off rather quickly. Last game before we start district play for just about everybody, I think.
Yes.
I think that next week is when it all kicks off. So the last tune-up before you hit what counts.
Yeah, you start out 0-0 at that point in the whole new season. Might want to mention we're missing somebody tonight.
Mr. Kerr is in Florida.
Yes, enjoying his week.
He is down there, been on vacation, and congratulations to him. I think he said it's been windy, but other than that, not too bad. And I don't know if he's aware. I think he is aware of it. Beth Sloan's mom said that if Mike wasn't going to be on the air, she's up here.
Yeah, that's right.
They drove up from Arkansas because Mike wasn't on the air.
Yeah.
That's not right, but.
Yeah. But that's, we reach out across the world. It tells you.
Absolutely, from anywhere. Of course, we get notes all the time from former Pulaski players in the military and people that are traveling and whatever, and it's really kind of neat.
It is, if you think about it. It's just a little old us, and people on the other side of the world hear us listen to Pulaski County's games, and we appreciate that.
Madeline, say hey.
Hello.
All right. Just making sure you're with us.
I'm here.
She's going to be pitching in tonight, and this may be the last Mike Wally Pip. We may never hear from Mike again after this.
No.
All right, Dwayne. Pulaski County, I thought, put on a really good performance against a solid Henry Clay team a week ago. The defense, I thought, was outstanding.
It was. Henry Clay had an opening or a second drive that they scored, and after that, Pulaski's defense pretty much shut them down, and the offense was very efficient. A well-played game overall by Pulaski. In every facet, special teams, defense, offense, nice game, and I think they're also getting healthier. I mean, as we hear, some players are going to be possibly playing tonight that's been out with injuries, so we shall see. We'll update you on that once they start playing, but it's a good time to start getting healthy.
Well, this is a perfect time for that. I think we can go ahead and touch on that if you want to. Jordan Lanner should be back in the lineup tonight, play on both sides of the ball. And with an ankle coming back from it, and Devin Tolson, who dislocated his shoulder, 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
And you thought it might be a while. He's going to play tonight. So
okay.
that didn't take very long. The only guy they're missing, that's in the regular rotation is probably Trey Price, and he is actually back doing non-contact work. So they hope to get him back sometime. They're not sure exactly what the time frame is on that yet.
So, and while these guys have been on the sidelines, giving some other players an opportunity to step up and play, and that will pay dividends in the long run for this Maroon team.
And what Johnny Hines will do is he will go and use these early games, whether anybody's injured or not. He'll use these early games and get some depth out there. He'll use some of the freshmen, some of the sophomores, get them a little bit of experience, I tried to say, and when they need them, then they're ready.
Yeah, and Pulaski's a they've got a lot of veterans coming back. If you haven't paid any attention to the Maroons this year since they haven't been at home, they've got a solid linebacking core coming back. The secondary's young.
Right.
And then, by the way, they got a guy playing that's taking the snaps at quarterback. His first year as a starter, and he's done quite well.
Drew's going to be, or as Johnny Hines says, Tiger is going to be all right.
Poston, yes. Drew Tiger Poston.
Exactly. And, we get the young folks, kind of like we're doing with Madeline tonight.
Yes.
Going to get her in the groove, and then she'll be good to go. Because I think she's good to go anyway.
Yeah.
I think she's ready to go right now. But Madison Southern got off to a sluggish start. Henry Clay pounded them.
Yes, they did.
Southwestern got them at the end. And since then, they've beaten the Madison Central team that's 6A and a Danville team that's young, but it's Danville.
That's Danville.
Yeah, it's Danville.
They beat them 42-27
Right.
soundly. Madison Central 34-25. So they've got – but looking at their numbers, they can score and move the ball.
Right.
They've got some offensive numbers. The only question is, can they stop anyone? And that will come into play
we'll
tonight.
Find out. A couple of things we can mention on that is their defensive backs are small.
Yes, they are.
They go about 5'8" all the way across.
Yes.
And with that being the case, then you wonder, if Johnny will do what they did against Wayne County with Jake Sloan and his size and Grant Oaks and his size. You can throw the ball up and they can go get it.
Both those gentlemen are 6'3", and every bit of it. And Oaks, of course, is a little more physical, and, of course, Sloan catches everything comes his way. And so you like the opportunities there for those two young men. And, by the way, they've got a few other guys that can catch the ball, too, and Jacob Shepard. And Evan Cherry's come out of the backfield and made some catches, and Kanan Daniels.
And you can always dump it to 25 if you get in a bind.
Yeah.
Get it to Tristan Cox.
Tristan Cox and Caleb Adams. So got a lot of weapons on this Pulaski
Absolutely.
offense.
One of the big things they've had a problem with offensively to this point in the season is continuity on the offensive line.
Right.
Because Lanner's been out and Judd was out and Fuentes missed a game.
Right.
So this is one of the few times starting tonight that all the offensive line will be out there at the same time.
So you hope you'd like to see them dominate a little more and be able to run the ball. And that's one thing they haven't, they've had some couple games where they ran the ball, but they want to mix it up. They want to throw the ball, actually, if you're Pulaski, to set up the run.
Madison Southern to face Pulaski's offense in that 4-3 defense. They've done that before. They've done some 3-4. I've seen them do some 3-5. Just, try to find something that works. The disadvantage I think they're going to have on defense, and you and I talked about it before we went on the air, is you've got 5 guys that are playing both ways, 5 or 6.
And you may not notice that in the first half, but to come into the third quarter and the fourth quarter, that's when it starts to show usually. A lot of times Pulaski will pull away because they play a few guys both ways, but not every play.
And you wonder, we know what kind of depth Pulaski got. We've seen it develop from week after week after week. Not here, by the way, but somewhere in the state of Kentucky. We've seen them because, again, Pulaski's had 2 scrimmages and 4 games already. This is the first time we've been here.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
It's almost the end of September.
This is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School Football. And Buffalo Wings and Rings providing the video tonight. On offense for Madison Southern, Dwayne, they've got some weapons as well, but it's usually the way Tobias Storm goes at quarterback.
Yeah, Storm has got some pretty good numbers, 33 for 46, or almost 600 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and he also runs the ball, 41 carries, 235 yards. So you're going to be calling number 4's name a lot tonight in Tobias Storm. And one of his other weapons is Walt Smith, a sophomore, who they show as a wide receiver, but he runs the ball and catches the ball, so he's a weapon. And he's got several guys he throws the ball to. Jay-Sean Etheridge, Adrian Jones runs the ball well, Cameron Holbrook, and Brock Palmer, and Tyler Boots. They've got a lot of weapons. You wonder if they're developing, because a lot of those skill guys are young. Their line is veteran. They're seniors, and they're pretty good size.
And it's a good-sized offensive line.
Yeah.
It is. Now, what they have to watch, of course, again, Pulaski with Lanner and Fuentes now kind of splitting time at the nose tackle. And you've got Caden Dobbs and Dye at the ends. We're expecting Tolson back tonight. Those guys will take up space. But, again, it's those linebackers that Madison Southern has to stop.
Yeah, Connor Hargis and Chase Parmley. They make a lot of tackles. You can't believe, and you like to guess, you like to joke a little bit about the Abbotts. Leighton Abbott,
Donovan Abbott,
and Zach Huff. They're all playing a lot, and that's paying dividends. And those are young guys. And up front, Ryan Dye, and of course we mentioned Devin Toson's missed a couple of games, but then you've got Jordan Lanner and Ethan Fuentes playing a lot on the line, and even Aiden Wesley's been playing a lot. So a lot of players that Coach Hines can call upon.
I tell you what, let's listen to Coach Hines call upon it. We'll talk a little bit more about the secondary and maybe some special teams when we come back. But right now, let's go to Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines.
Good evening, I'm Paul Wright with Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines. The Marines get ready to take on the Eagles of Madison Southern in a home game. And we'll talk about that today. But let's go back a week against Henry Clay, 28-7.
Well, it was a hot night.
It was.
We had to battle the elements in a strange way, being September evening and hot and muggy. But I thought our kids did a real good job. We started a little slow, which probably was due to the long hot bus ride and 4 straight road games. Actually 6 if you include the 2 scrimmages, all that stuff. But after Henry Clay got their first drive and scored, you got to give a call to our defense. They really shut them down. I don't think they only had 2 first downs the rest of the game. Their yardage was incredibly low, and our defense just did a great job putting the clamps on a really explosive unit. And then our special teams did a good job. They made some mistakes on special teams that we were able to take advantage of. Got a touchdown on a botched punt that they had. And we had a couple of other instances where we got field position because of their screw-ups on special teams.
Right.
And so all of those things worked real well. Offensively, we're struggling a little bit. We're still struggling with some things up front. We haven't found the right combination just yet. There are times offensively where we look really good and then times look really bad.
Right.
So we've got to be more consistent. But overall, it's anytime you can travel on the road after several road games, you get weary of that. Anytime you can go on the road to a big 6A school and come home with a victory, you got to feel good about that. So I'm really proud of our team and where we're at right now.
Special teams, let's talk about the fake punt called, I'm sure.
Well, we needed to keep that drive alive. We had the ball on our end of the field and had a drive going, and I think it was 4th and 3 or 4, whatever it was. And we just felt like we needed to try to keep our drive alive. That's something that we work on constantly and have since the start of the season. We've got a couple different fake punts. Hadn't used one at all yet this year, right. So dialed one up, and the guys did a good job, executed it well. Jake Shepard ran the ball. I think he had about a 15-yard gain, got a first down, kept the drive alive. We were able to go on in and score on that drive.
Right. With Henry Clay's special teams, Sam punted, 3 or 4 times in the vicinity of your 40-yard line? That kind of surprised me a little bit.
Well, it did me too. I hate to second-guess coaches because there's a whole lot of things that go into those coaching decisions that I don't know. And but I guess he felt like that was just what they needed to do best for their team. And I know what you're aiming at because we certainly wouldn't do that.
No,
we're too close to the end zone to give the ball up at that point. But I was a little surprised that they didn't make some kind of adjustment on their punt unit because they had 3 bad snaps, one which turned into a touchdown for us, the other 2 field position. And we saw on film in earlier games they had the same issue. So, you hate to get down on your guy that's a long snapper, but they do have a serious problem there that they need to fix.
What I'm assuming is from your 40, 45, they were trying to pin you back and never really got it done. But the other part of that was you mentioned your defense didn't give him anything.
Well, that's true.
He was trying. I guess it was field position thing.
And on the other side of that, I made what looks like a bonehead call there in the third quarter. We started a drive. We felt like we really needed to get down there and score and try to take control of the game. And we had a 4th and 1, and I think our own 42, whatever it was, went for it. Didn't get it,
right? Which
is another frustrating point offensively that we've addressed and are addressing. But returning the ball over there and giving Henry Clay a short field, in most instances, looks like a true mistake. But in all honesty, the way our defense was playing and the way they continued to play, it didn't matter because it's 3 and out for Henry Clay the rest of the night.
Not to say that you're getting predictable, but Mike Kerr called the fake punt. just so you'll know.
Well, as long as the other team doesn't know, that's good.
That's a look back at Henry Clay. We'll turn our attention to Madison Southern when we return. This is LakeCumberlandSports.com.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Maroon Lagoon. I am not so mad, Madeline Dudley, and I'm so happy to be back home tonight for the first time all season. And with that, that means that we are videoing this game thanks to some of our amazing sponsors, such as Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West. Any sport, any season. Sports physicals at Quick Care are only $25. Don't make an appointment. Don't pay for an office visit. Don't sit around the waiting room for an hour. Quick Care gets you in and out and on the field for less. They're conveniently located behind the hospital just off Boggle Street in Med Park West, and they're open late, 9 to 7 on weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Quick Care, serving Somerset and Pulaski County for over a decade. We also have Don Franklin. A big thank you to them for presenting tonight's coverage of the high school football game. Be sure to take advantage of the end of the summer savings at any of their Somerset locations, or visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships, because they treat you like family. Finally, we got Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occurred during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. Their experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Thank you, Madeline, and let's go back to Johnny Hines.
Back with Pulaski County coach Johnny Hines. The Maroons get ready to take on the Eagles of Madison Southern in a home game. How'd that happen?
Hey, isn't that exciting? It seems it's been a long, long time, and if you figure in our 2 preseason games, they were on the road as well. So it's exciting to be at home. We're looking for a big crowd. It's going to be a great night for football. It's Pulaski County Youth Football League appreciation night, so we'll have a whole bunch of those little youth league guys here running around, and cheerleaders and coaches, and we're going to recognize all them. It's the 25th year of the PCYFL this season, and that's exciting. Kind of an anniversary type thing, and we're excited about what all goes on in PCYFL, of course, because about 98% of the players on our team all played in the PCYFL.
Sure.
So that's exciting. Good to be fun to have a home game.
Madison Southern's defense looks like they line up in a 4-3. Have they done that in the past?
They have. They've typically been a 4-3 defense. They're kind of morphing a little bit more into an old-style 4-4, and I'll tell you why. People may remember the name Coach Blair. I'm trying to remember his first name. That was at Southwestern.
Scott.
No,
before that.
No.
William
Blair.
Scott played there. William
Scott
Blair.
was the player. There you go. William Blair coached with Coach French at Southwestern, and when Coach French left, he also left and is at Madison Southern now as defensive coordinator. So I think you'll see a little more blend of his style of defense, which is more of a 4-4 front and a lot of cover 3 in the back end. So we're looking at a little of both of that this week, as like I say, they kind of slowly progress, I think, more into a William Blair style defense. So we'll see a little of both, but they're very solid. They're big and strong up front. Got good linebackers that read well and get to the ball and tackle well, and they've got some speed in the secondary. So they got all tools to be very good on defense.
This is a junior-dominated defense, so they're just now rolling into form. We talked before we went on the air about winning the last couple of games against Madison Southern and Danville.
Yeah, they started
Madison
slow.
Central, excuse me, and Danville.
Lost their first 2 games, and then the last 2 weeks they beat Madison Central, which is a huge rival game for them, and a big 6A school that was region champ last year, so that's a big win. And then came back last year and really beat Danville pretty bad, which is a feather in your cap as well. Even though you and I know Danville's not the Danville of old, they're struggling.
They're young
this
too.
year. They're young and struggling, but still, to beat Danville in the way that they did is pretty impressive. So they're really coming on, playing extremely well, and believing in each other, and all those things you got to do to be a good team.
They've got 4, 5, 6 guys go both ways.
They do, and they've got a few linemen that go both ways. Dane Jackson is probably the main guy. He's the younger brother of Drake Jackson, who is the starting center at University of Kentucky for all your Wildcat fans. So he's being recruited as well. He's a good football player. Jaden Centers is a good player. Parker Mathis. They've got several really nice football players up front. And then they've got some size, too, and Dawson Gabbard, who goes 6'3" and 310. They've got another one in Xavier Strothman that we're really we think's awful good as a defensive end. He's 6'4" and 220. He looks bigger than that on film, but he's a very good football player. So they've got some good-sized kids that they can play on the line of scrimmage, and they do a good job handling the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. And that's going to be a key for us. You know, we have to be able to handle that offensive line and stymie the run game to make them one-dimensional. And so that's going to be a challenge to watch early on.
They have had quarterbacks that it seemed like have played for 7 or 8 years apiece. It seems like it seems like Storm's been there forever.
It does, and I think he has. He played a lot as a freshman. So Tobias Storm, and he's a very good athlete. He's a true double threat quarterback. He can run the ball, can pass it, and does a great job in both. He had a huge game against Madison Central 2 weeks ago. I think he ran for over 200 yards. So he's an explosion waiting to happen. And they run him a lot. It's designed runs for the quarterback. When they do pass it, they've had a lot of production out of Walt Smith, a young sophomore who's not very big, but he's fast and catches a ball extremely well. So they've been able to hit some long balls to Walt Smith and make big plays in the passing game as well. So a lot of stuff we got to work on.
Skill position folks, they've got a lot.
They do. Of course, I mentioned Walt Smith already.
Right.
Cameron Holbrook is their number one running back. He's got more carries than anybody else, a big, strong, fullback type runner that they want to pound the ball in there with. And then Adrian Jones is their speed guy, if you will, the outside guy. And they will run some option. They've started to do that a little more in the Danville game than they did in the Madison Central game, but we're looking for some of that with Storm, the quarterback, being a good athlete and run the ball well. It makes sense they would run more option type football. So that's something that we got to look for as well. So pretty good group of skilled kids. They got a deep threat. You know, they got a running quarterback that can hurt you both ways, and then they got a nice tailback and a fullback that can power it at you. So they got all the tools to be good.
You don't see much of it anymore. What does an option? What kind of pressure does it put on your defense?
Well, it is because usually it's so awkward for what you're typically trying to defend, whether it be a pass play or a running play. You're basically trying to be gap sound with each of the players, and everybody's got an area to take care of. Well, all of a sudden with the option game, you don't know who's going to get the ball. It could be the dive guy. The quarterback could run it. He could pitch it to the tailback. So you have to have assigned responsibilities, and you have to play very disciplined to take care of your responsibility.
Right.
It's really hard for a defensive player to ignore that guy with the ball and go take care of his responsibility, knowing that guy might end up with the ball.
Right.
That's where you get into some trouble. So we just got to be disciplined and execute to handle that option game.
You talk about discipline, you talk about execution. What else do you have to do?
Got to be good in the kicking game. That's going to be big. It's going to be big in this game. Obviously, it was big in the Henry Clay game. And I think our cover teams are getting better and better. We didn't get a chance to even return a kick last week against Henry Clay. The great kicker they had put it in the end zone. He had a great punt when he got to punt the ball, so we didn't get any returns at all. We've got to do better in that. We've got to have better starting field position because of our returns, and we've got to have better, in a defensive sense, better field position for us after our cover game.
Right.
What I'm trying to say is they got to have bad field position. and that's something that we're not doing consistently. So that's special teams work we've got to do. And then, of course, got to continue to play good defense and take Storm away and make Storm be a passer.
Right.
We want to take away his ability to run, make him be a passer, and then defend that as well. And then, of course, offensively, we just got to execute consistently. We're very inconsistent on offense right now, and that's very frustrating. So we've got to be more consistent offensively, and if we can put those three things together, then we're going to have a pretty good outing.
Good luck.
Thanks.
That's Pulaski County Coach Johnny Hines. This is LakeCumberlandSports.com.
It's time to make your move and save at the Last Chance clearance event at Toyota of Somerset. Take aim at $9,500 off MSRP on new 2019 Toyotas, or 0% financing on select 2019 models, or get up to $4,000 customer rebate. Your turn to save and win on new 2020 Corollas, only $159 a month. And we're paying top dollar for your trade-in. So come on in.
We're all about you.
Back to you.
Welcome back to Pulaski County High School. Paul Wright, Dwayne Clark, Madeline Dudley. Captains are getting ready to meet at midfield. And Madeline, let's go over the keys to the game.
The keys to the game were brought to you by Century 21 Advantage Realty, Key Associates Realtor, Beverly Withers. When you're in the market to buy or sell a home, be sure and call Beverly at 606-875-2398.
Thank you, ma'am. Dwayne, what are the keys?
Of course, you got to talk about turnovers, and I think Pulaski's got to make sure that Tobias Storm doesn't have a big night.
Okay.
On both through the air and on the ground. And Coach Hines mentioned the special teams, and that's, as always, that comes into play. So that's my keys to the game.
All right. And captains are meeting. We'll see what happens there with the coin toss. While they're doing that, Madeline, we've got a camera out there. Talk about the fashion report for us.
The fashion report is brought to you by Trader Jack's and Grand Central Place. Because I know more about the subject, I'm here to talk to you in pure steel magnolia style about the nice platinum silver helmets that the Maroons are wearing tonight alongside their gray tops and their maroon bottoms. And then Madison Southern's wearing an orange helmet with white shirts and black bottoms, it seems like. I like the Maroons combo tonight more than some of the other ones. They needed those nice little helmets after what they went through last year. So I'm liking it so far, but they could get a little dirty by the end of the night.
All right. Mike, nice knowing you. All right.
No.
Great job.
All right, we're a couple of minutes away from getting this thing underway. Captains are meeting for Pulaski County. I see Sloan and Parmley and Oaks and Hargis. Brought the big guns out tonight, Dwayne.
Yes, they did. And awaiting the coin toss, and the crowd is getting large, Mike. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm used to doing that. We usually start out together, but Paul, a crowd, and they all heard about Madeline working tonight, so they come out.
Aw.
There you go. The officials will be keeping the play clock, of course, one in each end zone. They will be doing that from the field this season, the way I understand it, Dwayne, and that's different. Madison Southern won the toss. They deferred. So for one of the few times this season, Pulaski County will have the ball when we start. For Pulaski County on offense, Ethan Fuentes, Jordan Lanter, Paul Judd, Dylan Hughes, and Michael Hines across the front. Those guys go 275. The tight end is Grant Oaks. The wideouts, Kanan Daniels, Caleb Adams, Jake Sloan. In the backfield, Evan Cherry, and the quarterback, Drew Poston, 5'11", 182, and a sophomore. Pulaski County starts 8 seniors, 2 juniors, a sophomore, and the line goes 275 pounds. For Madison Southern, in the 4-3 defense, Tyler Boots, Alex Buttry, Dane Jackson, and Xavier Strothman up front. The linebackers, Clay Bunch, Levi Benton, and Cameron Holbrook. The cornerbacks, Jason Etheridge and Ryan Webster. The safeties, Tobias Storm and Walt Smith. 2 seniors, 6 juniors, 3 sophomores, and their defensive front goes 223.
The Maroons have a huge turnout tonight as it's youth night and a nice little whiteout student section. They've just made a huge line, as you can see on the camera, brought to you by Wings and Rings. I'm so glad to see so many people out for our first home opener, especially the student turnout and all the future Maroons that are running around on the field.
Yeah, this is always a night when you see, I mean, there's 100 of them, every bit of it on the youth league night, and it's nice to see. It really is.
Exactly. They got the nice little smoke bombs too. They beat me to it. I was looking those up on Amazon last week.
Amazon's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Isn't it though?
How did we ever survive without it?
I don't know. But Pulaski County, how important is it? Let me put that this way. Is it more important for Madison Southern or for Pulaski County to get off to a good start tonight?
I think it's more important for Madison Southern. If you're on the road, you want to get off to a good start, get some momentum, and take it from there, because momentum on the road's very big, and as you know, in most sports, especially football, momentum is a very fickle thing.
Because of that, are you surprised they didn't take the football?
Somewhat, but maybe they want to set the tone with their defense.
Maybe.
So
we'll see how that works.
But Pulaski has not been a willing participant in that side of the ball this year, as their offense has done quite well, and but they haven't got off to good starts. We
may be held up for a couple of minutes here while the smoke clears. Yeah. This might not have been good planning.
Well, it's going the wrong direction. It's covering the Pulaski County side of the field.
Deep for Pulaski County will be Jake Shepard and Caleb Adams.
Yes. I'm glad you can see. I can't see their numbers.
I got binoculars. I'm good.
All right.
While we're waiting for the smoke to clear, you are watching the Buffalo Wings and Rings video game of the week on Lake Cumberland Sports. Buffalo Wings and Wings. Oh, Wings and Rings, excuse me. Wings created your way and always fresh, never frozen burgers.
Welcome to my world, dear.
They're waiting for the smoke to clear.
I'll tell you what, you can go ahead and read one more if you want to, because we're going to be here a second.
A flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tire simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide warranties and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com.
All right, the official, the referee, going down to talk to somebody in the end zone, and I think we're about ready to play.
Still a little purple, but I think we can see.
That's maroon.
Oh, maroon. My bad.
It's my story. I'm sticking to it.
They didn't have maroon online last week, but that's okay.
Do the best you can, right?
Exactly.
Is that Willis kicking off, Paul?
I am looking to see.
I believe it's Baylor Willis, number
Thank you,
26.
sir.
At least they list him as the kicker, and he's standing.
He's the guy in the middle?
Somewhere,
Yep,
somewhere in the middle.
I'm gonna. Yep, you are correct, sir.
Not many teams list kickers, and we always appreciate that.
Yes, we do. Pulaski lists theirs.
Yes.
Mr. Mustache.
Yep. Jackson McAlpin, looking like Karate Man tonight. Saw it as he was warming up.
Mr. Automatic, we call him.
Absolutely.
Coming up with a bunch of new nicknames this year.
Well, I can see everyone now.
Oh, we can play. If they wait, with no more wind than they've got, if we wait for it to dissipate, we may not play till Sunday.
The boys look a little antsy. I think they're ready to go.
Yeah, this probably isn't helping the situation.
No.
You all right there? Okay. Kevin's checking our signal. Hate when we got management looking over our shoulders. You know, it's scary, isn't it?
It's nervous.
Yeah.
It makes me nervous.
I'm nervous anyway. All right.
Here we go.
Whistle blows. We're going to play. Pulaski's deep, folks, standing at the 20. Let's see where Mr. Willis is going to put it. Kick is a pooch kick, ambling to the sideline, taken by an up man at the 29, back to the middle 30, 35, and out to the 38, 39-yard line is that's Grayson Turner, isn't it? I thought it was when he came down. So nice return for Turner and a pretty good over-the-shoulder catch, and Pulaski County is going to have good field position just shy of the 40-yard line.
Looked like a receiver there.
Yes, there's a reason for that.
Yes.
He's good size for a young kid, too.
I think we'll be calling his name a lot over the next few years.
I think we will. Drew Poston joins the huddle with the play call from Johnny Hines, and we are just underway from PC Field, Pulaski County and Madison Southern. Glad you could be with us. Two receivers to the right, two tight ends to the right, two receivers to the left, and now coming in motion is Grant Oaks. Poston takes it, rolls left. Got plenty of time. Now it's breaking down on him. Throws a screen back to the other side. Gets the ball across the 40 to the 41-yard line before he is ridden down. That is Braden Gibson. It's 26, isn't it?
Yes, it
Gibson
is.
has been seeing some more and more time at a tight end position. He came out and took the screen on the backside for a couple yards. In on the tackle for Madison Southern was Levi Benton, the middle linebacker. Single back. They hand off to Tristan Cox. Come behind the left side of that line. Gets to the 45. Spins his way out just shy of the 48-yard line before he is dropped over there by one of the other linebackers, Clay Bunch. Good run for Cox, and Pulaski County will have third and just over a yard.
Running behind that left side of the line. And a big hole, but Madison Southern, good pursuit.
They get behind Lanner and Fuentes and go where they want to go. Adams comes in motion to the left side on third and short. They throw it out. Nice catch by Kanan Daniels. He's going to have the first down and is out of bounds at the 45-yard line in Madison Southern territory. That's an L&N Federal Credit Union first down after a gain of, Dwayne, 8? on the play. Bring up 1st and 10, Pulaski County.
Yeah, was there a flag or they just?
I don't think so.
You're right, Paul. It was gain of 8.
Yeah, and actually they're going to put it down at the, I'm not sure, 40, 45, 44, maybe the 44.
44, and that would make it 8.
Okay.
Started at the 48.
All right, that's where you go. From the 44-yard line. 2 receivers on the short side, the near side. Daniels is on the far side. Pulaski County with Evan Cherry back in the backfield. As Cox and Cherry and a couple others will be in and out all night.
Not sure what the delay is.
I'm not either.
Clock issue or
maybe. Johnny Hines is talking to somebody.
And they're looking toward the clock. Not sure if they're looking at the play clock.
Well, the play clock's at 0.
Yes.
So they may have to keep that on the field. It may not be working right.
If this is going to be the pace play, we'll be here for a little bit, boys.
You're rubbing off on her, Paul.
Yeah. That's the way I look at it, girl. All right.
And they're back up.
And if Madison Southern plays that soft with their defensive backs, you're going to see those short tosses a lot.
Well, the other thing, though, the safety's not real deep.
No.
So I don't know what they're guarding. Yeah, the play clock obviously is not working. There's zeros on both ends, and that's probably going to keep it on the field, and we may not know. The official, I think the referee went over and talked to Coach John Clark and told him that it will be kept on the field and the clocks are not working. So this is the first game they've tried where the officials do it from the field themselves. And for some reason there's a technical glitch. Is first time you try something, it usually works out that way, doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Not unusual.
All right, 2 receivers left. Cherry in the backfield to the right of Drew Poston. Poston takes it, fakes it, rolls right, gets pressure. Ducks away from it, fires down toward the sideline. He's got a receiver, Oaks, inside the 35, right at the sticks. Hit and drop by the safety, Walt Smith. Reached up and grabbed that bad boy with 2 hands, and it's going to be right at the 34. We'll see if they call it 2nd in the yard or move the chains.
Should be a first down.
It is. An L&N first down for Pulaski County. They move to the Madison Southern 34.
Taking advantage of that height.
Yes. 3 receivers left. Single on the right side. Poston, long look, takes it, fakes it, stands up, throws it off to Sloan in the empty space to the 30, 25 down the sideline in the vicinity of the 20, make it the 19 before Smith again knocks him out of bounds. You're right, Dwayne. They're giving him cushion, and Poston's picking him apart right now.
Jake Sloan's now at 275 passes, and he's on his way to getting the 2nd in our school history.
That's state history, by the way.
Oh, state history. Just kidding.
But you keep up with that tonight, because that could be something I won't have to do. L&N first down at the 19. Poston straight back, fires over the middle. He's got Oaks, hit and drop down at the 14. Yeah, that'll be 2nd in Pulaski history, but that'll also be 2nd in state history. Coincidentally, yes. Ball at the 14, gain of 5, 2nd down and 5. And those are just like long running plays, Dwayne. He's just tossing it to Poston, Poston just tossing it and they're catching it.
They'll take it all night.
Yeah, just dinking and dumping. They'll take all they can get. Poston takes it, fakes the quick throw, drops back, getting pressure, still fires out. And I tell you what, the ball bounced in front of Jake Sloan, and the reason it did is because he let it. He did not want to catch that football and lose yardage on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5. How smart was that?
3 defenders he knew, and he also made sure it was a forward pass.
Yes.
Smart playing by the senior.
How smart was that play? 3 receivers left. Sloan to the right. 3rd and 5. Poston rolls right. Dumps it off. He's got Oaks at the 10, at the 5. Lowers the shoulder and going to get inside the 1.
We're in the Rick Barker red zone, people.
Thank you very much. They called a touchdown?
Wait, never mind. We're at a Citizens touchdown.
In and out of the Rick Barker red zone on that series. So Pulaski County in the red zone. And as you said, a Citizens National Bank touchdown. Pulaski at 9:18 to go in the opening quarter. Already on top to the tune of 6-0.
A 2-in-1 combo by Grand Oaks.
You're right. Caleb Adams will hold for Jackson McAlpin. Mustache McAlpin.
Fu Manchu McAlpin.
Snap is down. Kick is up. It is good. And with 9:18 to go in the first quarter on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard, Pulaski County leads Madison Southern 7-0. And Madeline, it's you.
Let's see here. Widest Cabinets. They provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Widest Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into a reality. Visit the Widest Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you.
Thank you very much. 9:18 to go first quarter. Pulaski County takes the opening kickoff, marches down the field 61 yards.
61 yards on 8 plays.
Thank you, sir.
Very efficient. The intentional incomplete pass thrown in there, the only play that didn't gain anything on. So if you're Madison Southern's offense, you need to answer.
And that might have been the best play of the drive.
Yes, sir.
Because it was going to bring up 3rd and long if they didn't. Madison Southern's deep folks are down about the 15-yard line as Jake Shepard moves on the football, and it will be taken by an up man at the 30. Angles down the sideline, gets to the 35-40, and is tripped up as he crosses the 40-yard line. That's one of the linemen. That's Dane Jackson.
Yes.
Tripped up by Caleb Adams, and Madison Southern will have good field position for their first possession.
You don't see many linemen take the ball and run with it. Usually they'll just fall on it. But
right. He was going somewhere.
And we always wonder why.
Now you know.
Yeah.
For Madison Southern, Tobias Storm, the quarterback. Behind him, Cameron Holbrook and Isaiah Buttry. Will Smith and Jay Etheridge are the wideouts, and Palmer is the tight end. And Storm keeps it and maybe wishes he hadn't, as he is hit behind the line. Connor Hargis and Chase Parmalee met him there. For Madison Southern up front, Andrew Harrison, Dane Jackson, Jaden Centers, Parker Mathis, Dawson Gabbard. 7 seniors, 1 juniors, 3 sophomores. That offensive line goes 272.
That was a read play by Storm, and he had the option of handing the ball off to Jones. Kept the ball and lost 2 yards on it.
For Pulaski County, Ryan Dye, Jordan Lehner, and Aiden Wesley up front. Twin setbacks, either side of Storm. He will fake it, roll right, look. Got a guy in the flat, throws it over his head. That's Smith up about the 45-yard line. It'll bring up third down and long for Pulaski County. Chase Parmalee, Tristan Cox, Connor Hargis, and Zach Huff are the linebackers. Jacob Shepard, Caleb Adams are the corners and the safeties. Evan Mercer, Jericho Dixon. They start 4 seniors, 4 juniors, 3 sophomores, and the defensive line goes 2-15. A big Turner Realty Group 3rd down.
Did you see who was out on pass coverage? That was Jordan Lehner, the nose guard.
Okay. Tennessee set with a back on each side. 2 wideouts to the right side. They hand off to Jones, sweeping wide left. He will get to the line of scrimmage and fight. Might have gotten back to the original line, maybe a yard beyond. Give him the 42-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down and 9. And Madison Southern, not a lot going on this possession.
No push on the offense, although they tried to run wide left that time, and nothing doing.
We are at 8:04 and counting. Pulaski's up 7-0, and I'll be honest with you, unless somebody's out there that can punt, now they're going to drop back. Is that Smith, I think?
I can't tell.
I'll double check it for you in a minute. Adams is deep. It was Walt Smith. Adams will drift over, let it hit at the 30, take a good Madison Southern bounce inside the 20, inside the 15. It's going to die at the 12. Good punt from Walt Smith, and Pulaski County backed up for their second drive. 7:36 to go, opening quarter. 7-0 Pulaski County. Medal.
We know life can be hectic. That's why Somerset Community College offers flexible online programs in addition to traditional in-class learning. Our small class sizes mean personal attention, and with over 40 programs of study, you're sure to find one that fits you. Remember, you've got this. Get started today by applying at somerset.kctcs.edu. Come experience SCC. Real people, real success. What makes it even better is now they got a Chick-fil-A right across the street.
Got me where I'm at today.
Exactly.
Yeah. 2 receivers each direction for Pulaski County from the pistol. Evan Cherry is behind Drew Poston. They actually marked the ball at the 13. Poston takes it, hands off to Cherry. Nice through a hole, gets a little bit of a block. He's going to pick up a couple. to the 15-yard line before the pile goes backwards. First guy there was that middle linebacker, again, Benton, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Cherry had a little opening, but it quickly closed. And second and long, but no problem for Pulaski so far.
Johnny and I had a discussion about going behind the left side of that line. I'll tell you about in a second. 2 receivers to the right, tight ends on the left side. Man in motion is Sloan. Poston, plenty of time. Pump fakes. Rolls left, looking for a place to dump it. Now he's going to tuck it. Gets a block, goes down the sideline 20, lowers the shoulder and gets close to the first down. He's going to be right at the 23, and it's going to be, well, they were going to move, and now they're the official on the far side, which is a long way from it, is moving the chains. It is an L&N first down for Pulaski County. He was all the way across the field and went ahead and moved.
It is 10 yards.
Yeah, it was. 10-yard, actually 8 yards on the gain. Is at 2 on first.
Nice block by Evan Cherry.
Absolutely.
Coming back.
Poston straight back, looks into the flat. Donovan Abbott, nothing there. Ducks behind a couple of defenders and dives out across the 20 to the 21. So he's going to lose a couple of yards on the play. That was Parker Mathis that reached around and dropped him. They're going to give him closer to the 22.
Yes.
So loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11.
Nice spot for Pulaski, if you're Pulaski.
I agree.
Nice pass rush by Madison Southern as he's starting to get a little pressure.
You're going to have to get the running game going. Cherry and Donovan Abbott both in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right. And Daniels wide left. Straight back is Poston. Got time. Fires over the middle on a slant. Coming back to the ball is Sloan. 35 out near the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Tackle made by Brock Palmer, but Pulaski County with an L&N first down on a big gain out to their own 39-yard line. 5:51 to go.
276th catch by Jake Sloan.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And 17 yards.
All right, 2 receivers to the left. 1 to the right. Abbott is the back. Poston takes it, fakes it, stands up, goes long down the sideline. Sloan's back there, tipped and incomplete. And I'll tell you what, he got a hand on it, but good defense by Aiden Willis from the safety spot, rolled over and was in position. And the only thing maybe that kept that from being intercepted was that Mr. Sloan's about half a foot taller.
Had double coverage there, too.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I think he was trying to hit him in the seam of that zone and just overthrew it a little bit. 2 receivers each way from the pistol. Tristan Cox in the backfield. That's done by committee. They hand off to Cox, and he is hit. Might have gotten right back to the line of scrimmage before he was hit and dropped. Tyler Boots with a stop. 3rd down and 10.
First 3rd and long situation for the Pulaski offense.
Johnny said they run behind the left side of the line a lot. Of course, it's Fuentes and Lander,
right,
because most teams run to the right, and that's where defenses a lot of times will set their strength, is on the left side of the defensive front. Interesting concept. Out of the backfield, Caleb Adams, 2 receivers each way. 3rd and long, and Poston pump fakes and then throws incomplete. He tried to go to Keenan Daniels, and the reason it was incomplete is at the very last minute, I think Poston tried to throw it away because Braden Carson was right there waiting on that football.
Playing a little defense was Daniels, and that could have been bad.
That's a technical term. All right, 4:56 to go in the first quarter. Jayshon Etheridge back to receive the punt from Jake Shepard. Line of scrimmage, the 39-yard line. Not a lot of rush. He gets it away. It's high. And Etheridge will let it bounce inside the 30, down to the 20, dies at the 19. And Madison Southern will take over right there. 4:46 to go. First quarter, 7-0.
42-yard punt by Shepard. Watching the defense of Madison Southern, they got 2 linemen hands on the ground, everybody else up.
Right. Okay. Seeing if Pulaski's rotating some more bodies. Devin Tolson back in the lineup at the defensive end right now.
We were told he may play.
It's good to see it. And Caden Dobbs is into the linebacker, by the way.
I am shocked that Tolson recovered so fast, but I think he's been trying real hard.
I'll tell you what, I am too. Because talking to the folks the night he injured himself.
I thought he was going to be in surgery.
Yeah. Hand off to, no, they fake it. Storm keeps it straight up the gut, across the 25, across the 30. Ryan Day drops him, but, Ryan Dye drops him. Ryan Day, isn't that the head coach at Ohio State?
Yes,
he didn't make that tackle. And it will bring up a first down after a gain of 11 at the 30-yard line.
Madison Southern's first down of the evening.
3 receivers left, one to the right. Yeah, I thought he had pitched it to Jones, and he had not. Checking the sideline for a play call. They've got the play clock running again, by the way. Storm takes it, wide receiver screen out to Walt Smith. The 25 shakes across the 30 to about the 32. He was actually flung forward. The guy that was out there for Pulaski County, it's like Ethan Mills was out there. I think the first guy was Tristan Cox.
Cox and Parmley, they messed it up.
All right. Ball at the 31, second down and 9.
Who caught that ball, Paul?
That was Smith.
That was
11.
Smith? Okay.
Under 4 minutes clock running. Randall D. Turpin scoreboard 7-0 here in the first quarter. Pulaski County on top. Single receiver left to the right. Hand off to Jones behind the left side of the line. Breaks a tackle and spins to the 34. Connor Hargis took a leg and just kind of twisted him down. Was that what the was for, Madeline?
Well, I saw his legs go down first and then his head went a different direction. I didn't really know how that was going to end up.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought too, Kevin. He said Cash Daniels. That was not what that was. That was just a good tackle by Connor Hargis. That's the same thought I had. Ball at the 34, 3rd and 6. Big Turner Realty Group third down for Pulaski's defense. Straight back is Storm. He will try to get out of there. Runs into his own guy, and then running him down from behind was Chase Parmley. They'll give him the 36. It'll bring up 4th and 4.
Parmley came from the opposite side of the line and chases him down. We see that every week.
He did that last week too. He did a good job of going side to side last week.
He just goes unblocked, and he's a pursuer.
There's no better defender than somebody that's on your own team.
That's what happened. He ran into the.
Be punting from the 36.
Right. Punt formation. Smith takes it, takes a couple of steps, kicks it almost toward me, straight up in the air at midfield, takes a great Madison Southern bounce, bounces inside the 40 and is going to die at the 35-yard line. So Pulaski will take over, 2:14 to go. First quarter, 7-0.
29-yard punt.
Yeah, I said Turner Realty Group. That work? Yes. Okay. Don't guarantee you, but I think that's what I said.
A little better field position this time for Pulaski as they start on their own. On their own 35.
A lot of times I don't listen to me when I'm talking. That's because I'm used to working with Mike. Just kidding, boss. All right, 2 receivers each way. The running back is Donovan Abbott. Gibson and Sloan to the left. Adams and Oaks to the right. Fakes one way, throws it the other way to Sloan. Across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Gain of 8 will bring up second down and 2. And how many is that, Madeline?
2 more to go.
All right.
288.
Three receivers to the right, one to the left. Again from the pistol. I've not seen this much out of this offense. They take it, hand off to Abbott, swings wide right, cuts it back up, 45, midfield, spins loose, and finally tips and falls at the 46-yard line. One of the big guys in there tripped him up as he went by, but I'll be honest with you, he broke a couple of tackles he might not should have oughta.
That play was designed to go right, and Abbott saw the hole and had cover. He was covered on the outside, so he cut up the middle and made a nice play.
A great play by 1 out of 2 Abbotts.
Yes. Daniel Cobb made the tackle. And they fake it to Abbott. Poston rolls left, getting pressure, and he's going to be hit and flung down at the 46-yard line, right at the line of scrimmage. Will bring up second down and 10. Yeah, he was supposed to go wide right, and pursuit was there. He just cut it back against the grain and made a good run.
They're not going to give Poston anything on that one.
No, that was an L&N first down on that run by Abbott.
Yes, it was.
2 receivers to the right, and 1 to the left with the tight end on that side. Poston takes it, fakes it to Abbott, rolls right, looking for a place to go. Dumps it off. He's got Cherry to the 40, breaks the tackle, 35 to the 33-yard line, and an L&N first down for Pulaski County. He just kind of flipped it out there, didn't he?
He did. And Cherry is shown to be an effective receiver after he catches the ball.
This is only Cherry's 3rd year of playing football ever, and I think he's doing a pretty good job.
You got it. 2 receivers left. Poston will whisper something to Braden Gibson, who's the tight end on the right side. Sloan split on that side as well. Poston takes it straight back. Got time, steps up in the pocket, tucks it and goes. 35, 30, 25, 20, and slides down at the 19-yard line. He was chased to the ground by Brock Palmer. That's an L&N first down, and he is inside the 20. That means he is in the Rick Barker red zone. Under a minute to go, clock running, first quarter. Madison Southern has not threatened Pulaski. This is their 2nd trip in scoring territory. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And they will check with the sideline. And are going to adjust the formation as Gibson comes in as a true tight end on the play. Poston straight back. Got time, fires it over the middle, got a receiver there. That Sloan goes up, makes the catch for the touchdown. 19 yards to Jake Sloan from Drew Poston. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter, and that makes it 279, doesn't it?
Yep, Citizens National Bank with 1 more catch to go.
Thank you. Touchdown, Citizens National Bank, brought to you by, with 8 seconds to go in the first quarter.
Fu Manchu getting ready to kick.
That's going to stick with him.
He just threw it up and let Sloan go up over the defenders and catch that. Over 2 guys. Timeout, Pulaski.
Pulaski will take a timeout, as I don't know if they have enough bodies out there. Didn't know exactly what they wanted. But, Madeline, you're up.
Since it's a Toyota timeout, Toyota of Somerset has been a proud member of this community since 1988, and they are proud to sponsor local high school sports. Toyota of Somerset is a multiple winner of the Toyota President's Award, as well as the Dealer Rater Award. Whether you are looking for one of their 18 different new vehicle models, a certified pre-owned vehicle, or a top quality used vehicle, Toyota of Somerset will help you own a vehicle for less. They accept every credit application, and their lending sources have millions of dollars to lend. They are located at Stoplight 23 or online at toyotaofsomerset.com, and they are open till the last customer is served. That's Toyota of Somerset, where they are all about you.
Thank you, dear. Caleb Adams will hold for Jackson McAlpin.
Scoreboard says 13-8, but I've missed a score.
No,
somewhere.
it's a 0. It's just it's not something's not working right. I noticed that earlier. Snaps down, kick is up, whistle blew it dead, I think. They signal it good. Okay. So McAlpin with the kick. I guess the whistle just after the ball was kicked, the official said stop it right there. Ball goes through. McAlpin's 2 for 2. Pulaski's on top, 14-0.
With the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, they're keeping stats, and the correct score is important to players, coaches, and fans. The same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsor of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, located on Parkers Mill Road in Somerset.
Score is 14-0 Pulaski. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Thus far, it's all Pulaski, as Madison Southern only has 1 first down and 17 yards of offense on 2 possessions. And so far.
Am I going crazy, or does our scoreboard say 14-8?
We were just talking about that a minute ago. It looks like an 8, but it's a 0. There's a light messed up somewhere.
Huh.
Messed up bulbs.
Yes, sir. All right.
Don't know if Hargis is going to kick or if it's Shepard. They're both out there.
Yeah, Shepard has been doing it the last game or so, and I'm not sure what we're waiting on now.
The tee is there, so usually if the tee is there, it's Shepard kicking.
Right.
Waiting for a ball.
Nuh-uh. This is Quick Air Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West High School football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships and video provided by Buffalo Wings and Rings. Jake Shepard will do the honors. Moves on the football. Low liner is over the head of the receiver. It'll bounce into the end zone. It's dead right there.
That's what Pulaski would like to have every time.
Isn't that the truth? The receivers had scooted up to about the 20, and Shepard just line drived it over him. And we talked about that when Derek Burgett was the kicker for Pulaski. You cannot comprehend how big a weapon it is for the offense to have to start at the 20 every time. Single receiver left, 3 to the right. Storm, and I think that's Jones back there with him. I can't tell.
I believe you're right.
And it was. He goes out of the backfield to the left, so an empty backfield for Storm. Straight back, set, fires over the middle, and it's tipped. Incomplete. Tipped by Tristan Cox, tipped by Smith, the receiver, and it falls harmlessly to the turf. It'll be second down and 10.
Tobias Storm is thanking his lucky stars because that should have been a pick.
Yeah, I tell you what, he had a cannon. He put that with a lot of steam on it, and that's
He did.
probably the reason it didn't get picked off.
And he had time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he maybe thrown it a little early. 2 receivers left. Tight end each one. Nope, tight end on the right side and twin backs. Storm takes it, hands off to Jones, coming wide right. It is strung out, and down he goes inside the 20-yard line. Jake Shepard over there from the corner to make the tackle, and that is the end of the first quarter. Pulaski County 14 and Madison Southern nothing.
Ford offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it. And that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Ford, South Highway 27 Somerset, and altonblakely.com. Blakely Honda offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it. And that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, van, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Honda, South Highway 27 Somerset, and abhonda.com.
We are back. Second quarter action from PC Field, Pulaski County on top of Madison Southern, 14-0. Paul Wright, Dwayne Clark, Madeline Dudley, Kevin Lloyd, Pat Harris, and a cast of thousands.
Madison Southern, they in desperate need of some momentum on the offensive side, Paul.
Storm goes under center with an I formation behind him with 2 receivers to the left side on third down. They run the option, get it out to the running back who gets across the 25, across the 30. That's Etheridge, just pushed out of bounds by Evan Mercer, but not until he gets across the 30-yard line, and he's going to have a Madison Southern first down.
That was a nice play.
Yeah, they're going to give him the 32, so a gain of, 12, 13 on the play.
Yeah, 13 on that. Play.
You're right. They desperately needed to get some movement involved. Same formation. So a little true option right there, and they give it to the dive man straight through across the 35, 36, 37 before he is hit and dropped. And
that was Stephen Whitehead.
It was the 5'11", 190-pound freshman or running back, and tripped up in there. I think Palmley was involved there in the mess, maybe Cox as well, I don't know. They will put it at the 37. It'll be second down and 5. Just underway, second quarter, 14-0 Pulaski County on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Quick hitter handoff to Whitehead and quick 5 yards.
Yep, the first option out of the option, and they're in he goes back to the gun, hands off to Jones, who knifes through the pile, gets across the 40 out to the 45 before he is hit and dropped by the safety, Jericho Dixon. That'll move the sticks again, and Madison Southern putting their first drive alive tonight.
They're doing it on the ground. Last two runs up the middle after the little pitch going wide left.
And Pulaski's made some changes. They've got Lanter and Fuentes both in there right now. So they got a 4-man front. And they take it, go out on the option, pitch to Jones on the outside, gets the corner, 50 into Pulaski territory, down near the 47-yard line. So not a first down, but not far off. It'll be second down and short, and the Eagles showing a little signs of life.
Jones is quick.
He is.
Once he gets the ball, he can get to the outside in a hurry. All you have to do is hold your block just a split second.
Just a beat, yes, sir. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Second and short. They're checking with the sideline now. And again, I absolutely hate and just about everybody does it. Storm takes it, fakes it, stands straight up, looking to go, fires downfield. He's got Smith at the 30, slips and falls. Jacob Shepard was there, got a hand on him. He tried to move around him and couldn't. Falls down at the 30, but that's a Madison Southern first down, and they're not knocking on the door, but they're on the porch at the 30-yard line with 9:56 to go here in the half.
18-yard pass, a nice pass by Storm.
Yeah, and he didn't drop back in the pocket. He just basically took it and stood straight up and didn't get any pressure. And we are going to get a timeout by Pulaski County with 9:56 to go, 14-0 Pulaski County on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. And Madeline?
This is a Toyota timeout, but on the scoreboard, they're keeping stats, and correct score is important to the players and the fans. So the same can be said about keeping your taxes and finances in order. For over 26 years, Randall D. Turpin CPA has been doing just that. If accounting is not your thing, then let the pros at Randall D. Turpin CPA do it for you. Proud sponsors of the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard, located on Parker's Mill Road in Somerset.
14-0. Dwayne. Pulaski went to a 4-man front when they were in the option, and I believe they were still in it. That may have been what the timeout was for, was to go back to the 3-4 defense.
We shall see. They've 3-4 until this drive.
Right.
That's what Pulaski has shown. But Southern had run the ball effectively, and they was trying to counter that.
They've got a linebacker up there in Dobbs, so it's still almost a 4-man, about a 3.5-man front. How's that?
Yeah.
And they hand it off to the fullback, who gets across the 25 down to the 20. Parmley makes the stop. And I'm trying to get a number on the runner. That appeared to be Braden Carson.
Okay.
With the football.
It was 10 yards.
They will mark it at the 19, and Madison Southern trying to stay in this football game. This is with 9:38 to go, clock running first half. This is a critical drive for Madison Southern, down 2 scores. Twin backs. Storm fakes it, keeps it, cuts it up at the 15, gets down near the 10 before he is hit and dropped. Dixon and Adams out of the secondary make the play down at the 11, but a gain of 8. It's going to be second down and short.
They've showcased their speed and quickness in this drive.
Yes, sir.
And Storm's done a little bit of everything.
You know, Adam sure doesn't show that he took a year off from football.
He does not. Maybe well rested, though. You don't get many bumps and bruises that way, huh?
True.
All right, second and short. Single back to the left. Now he goes in motion. Storm straight back, tucks it, goes, is hit, and he drags Tolson with him across the 9 near the 8. It's going to be first and goal, Eagles. Tolson did a nice job, but there was just enough room there for Storm to get the first down.
Going to give him 2, so it'll be first and goal at the 9.
Yeah, we're going to put it at the 9. He didn't get as far as I thought he did. So first and goal from the 9, clock running, 8:30 to go. 2 receivers left. They go back to the I formation. Etheridge on the back. And they take it. Storm keeps it. Comes to the outside, tucks it, and he will go in standing up. Tobias Storm from 9 yards out cuts it to a one-score margin. It's 14-6 Madison Southern. And I'll be honest with you, Dwayne, that's a pretty good looking drive.
Yes, it was. Storm showed a lot on that drive, a little bit of everything, and the offensive line controlled the line of scrimmage on that drive also.
That is right. All right. Same kicker we had earlier on the kickoff. That Willis? It is.
Yes.
Out of the hold of Storm, in case it ever comes up. Extra point forthcoming. Snap is down. Kick is up, and it is blocked. So 8:18 to go in the first half. 14-6. Pulaski County on top of Madison Southern.
I bet you didn't know it's Ford Truck Month at Alton Blakely this month. Listen to these deals. New 2019 Ford F-150 Super Cab 4-door trucks as low as $29,995 plus taxes, license, and fees. Or choose 0% APR for 72 months plus $1,000 cash back with approved credit. F-Series pickups, America's best-selling pickup truck for the last 42 years. You can save up to $3,219 on the new 2019 Ford Ranger Super Cruise in stock, or save up to $7,413 on the new 2019 Ford Super Duties in stock.
Well, Madison Southern takes beginning of the second quarter, 3rd and long, and they convert that, and almost 4 minutes later,
they're on the board.
They're on the board.
That score still hadn't changed. 14-6 is what the score is. I don't know what the deal with the scoreboard. Willis moves on the ball, and it is again very, very short. Over the shoulder catch, gets away from the receiver, but I think he got back on it at the 39-yard line. Was that Gibson that was over there? Gibson was there. Abbott was over there. Dobbs was over there. I don't know who got the ball. I don't know which one of them came up with it. But it's Pulaski County football at the 39-40-yard line. Was who they put it down. That was interesting.
I think that was Turner again.
Was it?
Yes.
He's the one I didn't see. Okay. All right. The ball is at the 40. 1st and 10, Pulaski County. If I'm Madison Southern, I don't want to keep giving them the ball with a short field.
Short field is not good. They only have 60 yards, and Pulaski County has all kinds of – they're in 4-down territory already.
You are correct. Single receiver to the left, two to the right. Abbott's in the backfield. They take it, run a little shovel pass. This is Shepard trying to get to the outside. He's not going to. Going to be flung down and losing a yard. And pretty good defense, pretty good job. Clay Bunch from the linebacker came over to cut off the angle and put Shepard right back where he started. 2nd down and 10. I thought for a minute he got in the face mask, but he didn't.
No, he just had the jersey.
Yep.
Yeah, they sure like to grab their jerseys. Stretch them out as much as possible.
There you go. Yeah, they'll go back in the laundry. 2 receivers each way. Poston takes it, fakes it, stands straight up. No pressure. Now he rolls off to the right. Now he's getting pressure, runs away from it. 40. Tries to get to the outside, runs by one guy who trips him up as he gets to the 45-yard line. Tackle was made by Carson. 5-yard gain or so for Poston. We'll bring up 3rd down and 5.
You mentioned face mask, Paul. We have not seen any laundry on the field yet.
Not a penalty.
To this point.
That's good. Life goes quicker when there are no penalties. Mm-hmm. Especially if you got that one crew working. But anyway, not going to go there. Having too much fun. 3rd and 5. Single receiver each way. Out of the backfield, coming to the right side is Jake Sloan. Straight back. Poston, all kinds of time. Sits, fires it. He's got Sloan at midfield. 45 breaks the tackle at the 40, and hanging on for dear life is Bunch. But he is going to get to the 38-yard line in Madison Southern territory, and that will be an unearned 1st down. That's 6, isn't it, guys?
And he has broken the record.
He's tied the record at 280.
Tied the record.
Yep.
He needs one more.
Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, I think we're good. We got some time. I heard some screams. I bet that was Beth Sloan all by herself.
2 receivers left, one to the right. Rolling right is Poston, keeps it, spins away from the defender and gets down to the 35-yard line before he is hit and dropped. Stroffman and Mathis in there.
Not going to give him a very good
No,
spot.
they're not. Only the 36, so a gain of 2, 2nd and 2.
His knee must have gone down.
Must have.
Can't complain about the officiating so far.
Gain of 2, make it 2nd and 8, if you do the math. 3 receivers left to the right is Gibson. Fake to Abbott, throw it over the middle, over the head of, and then reached up, tipped, and caught by Cherry down inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. That's an L&N first down, and that was an acrobatic catch.
Some spider moves by Cherry.
By Evan Cherry. So.
Wow. Evan Cherry, welcome to the receiving game.
Yes, sir. They put it 22, 23, Dwayne.
Actually, the 22.
Okay. 22-yard line, 1st and 10, 5:30 and counting. First half, Pulaski's up 14-6. 3 receivers on the right side. Poston takes it, straight back to throw, getting pressure, sets, fired over the middle, over the head and picked off at the 10. That is Walt Smith at the 20. One man to beat, he's not going to. That is Donovan Abbott, who flings him out of bounds in the vicinity of the 30-yard line, but the first turnover tonight. We'll give it back to Madison Southern with 5:14 to go in a half.
Quite the angry tackle from Abbott.
It was, wasn't it?
I would be too, I feel like.
He was not happy, and if Smith had gotten past him, he might have run a long way, but Abbott with a sure tackle drops him right at the 30.
That is Smith's 3rd interception of the year. So I think there was a bad read on it either by the receiver or the quarterback there.
Somebody went the wrong direction. Give it to the first man through, and he goes backwards. He might have gained a little bit on the play. I believe that was Carson again. It was, and Tristan Cox and Caden Dobbs and maybe Jordan Lanner says, how do you do? They're going to give him most of a yard. 2nd down and 9. Goodness.
Yeah, that was hit low and high.
Uh-huh.
And
2 receivers to the right side, and we have a whistle.
Is it an injury timeout?
May have been Storm is going to the sideline. No, that's
Smith.
That's Smith. That's 11.
He may be cut or something or equipment
Maybe
issue.
that or a helmet, one of the two.
Yes.
So he gets a replacement. Checking in. Still 2 receivers on the right side, and it will be 2nd down and 9 from the 31. Clock is running again. 4:45 and a half. Twin sets either side of Storm in the backfield. He takes it. Fakes, rolls right, looking to go, fires it off toward the sideline. He's got a receiver wide open at the 45, 50, 45. That's Etheridge. Breaks the tackle and is going to be hit and dropped inside the 35-yard line. Finally, putting him down is Devin Tolson from the defensive line spot, but a big gain for the Eagles, as I thought he'd overthrown him, but he caught Etheridge right in stride, and they're going to mark it at the 35-yard line.
34 yards and a nice grab and run after the catch by Etheridge.
So Madison Southern down 14-6, trying to score again. They fake the handoff. He keeps it on the pitch, gets it to Etheridge, hit the backfield and dropped. Textbook tackle from Jake Shepard. Loss on the play will bring up 2nd down.
Tried that option to the short side of the field, Paul, and Pulaski covered it well.
Lost a couple back to the 37-yard line. 2nd down and 12. And as Madeline said earlier, that's one of those angry tackles from Shepard.
Yeah.
Momentum definitely on Madison Southern's side at the moment.
It is. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left, man on the wing. And Storm fakes it, goes back to the left side to Smith, tries to spin away. First man missed, 2nd man misses. Down the sideline, 30, 20, he may go. Walt Smith broke a couple of tackles and scores from 37 yards.
Wow.
Wow. I agree with you.
Goodness gracious.
3:30 to go in the half. Madison Southern.
Expect them to go for 2.
I was interested to see this early in the game if they would. And the answer to that question is yes. You don't usually see teams do that this early It's when you start trying to chase points. 2 receivers to the right, I formation. Carson and company. They hand off to Carson. He has stood up. Did he get to the end zone? Yes.
Yes.
Braden Carson with a 2-point conversion. We are tied at 14.
Don't go away, folks.
So, Madison Southern hanging around with 3:30 to go in the first half. 14-14, Pulaski County and Madison Southern. Madeline, you're up.
Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel, and you can find them on Facebook by searching Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
Thank you, ma'am. All right, Dwayne.
Yeah.
Is it Madison Southern's offense? Is it Pulaski's defense?
Probably a little of both.
Okay.
Madison Southern's made some adjustments after falling behind 14-0, and then they've answered with 2 scores of their own, and they're doing it on the ground pretty much with showcasing their speed.
Right. Pulaski's receivers at the 20, and the ball hadn't gotten near the 20-yard line yet as they kicked everything straight up in the air. This is Willis again. And he will kick this one straight up, and it'll be taken by an up man at the 34, 35-40. Out near the 44-yard line, I believe it was Evan Mercer, and it was. So Pulaski County, again, good field position. They'll mark it at the 43, 1st and 10, 3:26 to go in the half. Y'all doing over there?
Nothing.
Okay.
Pulaski once again with great field position, and they were moving the ball the last possession, just the turnover, which we mentioned in the pregame.
Yeah, that hurt. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. That's Sloan. And they run the reverse, get the ball to Adams. Comes back, got a big hole, 45-50. Goes back against the grain at the 45, ball squirts out. And I'm not sure they're still diving after it. Let's see who comes up with the football at the 33-yard line. Donovan Abbott fell on the football. That was entertaining.
Oh, my gosh.
Adams had a big hole on the right side, cut it back against the grain, did a nice job. Somebody reached out and got a hand on the football. It squirted loose, and there were several different players had an opportunity for it, and it ends up Pulaski football 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line. Single receiver each way, a diamond in the backfield. Somebody will come out of there. Jake Sloan coming to the right side. Straight back. Dumps it off to Donovan Abbott. 35, 30, down the sideline, 25, 20. Jumps a man at the 15, at the 10, and the 9. Tackle made by the linebacker Bunch. Pulaski County with a nice run after the catch by Donovan Abbott. 1st and goal inside of the Rick Barker red zone at the 10-yard line.
Well, what can you say about that catch and run?
The run was fantastic. Tristan Cox in the backfield. 3 receivers to the left. Braden Gibson to the right side. Poston surveys the defense, takes it. Hands off to Cox behind the left side of that line. Lowers the shoulder at the 5. Goes into the end zone standing up. So Pulaski County answers at the 2:16 mark in the first quarter with a 10-yard run from Tristan Cox.
A nice answer by the Maroons.
Yes, sir.
Cox basically untouched in there.
There is a Maroon down.
Okay. Yeah, somebody's not happy. Somebody
is
in some pain. That appears to be.
Is that Hargis or am I
still in
blind?
use? It's a 57, I think. You got the 7 right, but I think there's a number in front of it.
Makes sense. Well, while we're sitting here.
Yes, ma'am.
No appointment is necessary at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Med Park West, right where they have been for over a decade. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, and they're open late. So if you have had an accident or you aren't feeling well, just walk in and let their highly qualified medical professionals take care of you. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West.
This is a Citizens National Bank touchdown. Pulaski County has just put on the board to go back in front 20-14. And I believe, and I've still not seen, I think it's Dylan Hughes, but I'll let you know.
Yes, it is.
It is Dylan Hughes, and it is a lower leg injury because he is not putting any weight. Now he is.
Now he pushes them away and says, I got it, guys.
I can do this. Limping on the left one, I think, a little bit, but he is on his own.
That's
Again, we've talked about it. We talked about it in the pregame. That offensive line's been beat up all year.
They have, and encouraging to see him walk off on his own weight. He's not walking very fast, but he is walking without help. Without help. That's
a
being
good thing.
tough.
Caleb Adams will hold for Mr. Mustache with 2:16 to go in the half. Jackson McAlpin. Yeah, he's not going to live this one down.
He did it to himself.
He did. Left-footed kicker.
He asked for it, in other words.
That's exactly right.
Just having fun.
Snap is down. Kick is up. The line drive, and it is good. 2:16 to go in the first half. 21-14 Pulaski County on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Entrust Counseling is proud to offer psychiatry, counseling, case management, medication assistance, and family practice services all under one umbrella. Please call them at 676-0638 or check out their brand new website at entrust-healthcare.com to get services started today. You can also find them on Facebook.
How do you swing momentum? You score a touchdown.
You actually swing momentum, yeah.
Yes. And if you're the Pulaski defense, you need to do a stop here on this Madison Southern offense, which is shown to
Madison
be
Southern's going to get the ball right here at the 2:16 mark, and they will get it to start the second half.
They will.
Keep that in mind. As Jacob Shepard's got the ball on the right hash mark at the 40-yard line, and the receivers still aren't going much deeper than the 15. It is Jones and Etheridge. A 2 and a 3 deep. Shepard moves on the football, and it is a short kick that will be taken by Etheridge at the 20-yard line. Angles by one man on a little jump step and cuts up the sideline, and is going to be shoved out of bounds shy of the 30-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. Madison Southern will take over there at the 2:10 mark.
Hop, skip, and a jump to
Yes.
the 30-yard line.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good description.
Nice perspective.
Yeah.
A fresh perspective.
Yeah, we could use that. Ball's at the 27, 1st and 10.
Here, Pulaski's defense, I'm curious to see what adjustments they make. The option has given them problems.
It has. Twin setbacks, 2 receivers left. Storm takes it, hands off to Jones, trying to go wide right, gets to the corner, 40. He is at the 45-50. He's got the angle, and he has gone to the house. No flags. Are you kidding me? 1:58 to go. Madison Southern goes 73 yards in one play, and they're right back in this thing. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't think they could play with Pulaski. I was wrong.
For the people that can't see the press box, I just covered my eyes for that entire play.
When he got to the corner, you knew he was gone.
Uh-huh.
Running right, wide.
Wow. Willis on to attempt the PAT. The first one was blocked. Again, bear in mind, Storm, the quarterback, is the holder. They got to fix that scoreboard before they play a home game again. That's killing me. Willis with the kick. It is up, and it is good. 1:58 to go in the half. Tied at 21.
Somerset Community College is your community college. We have the lowest tuition rates in the state, flexible class schedules, small class sizes, and quality education that is close to home. Choose from technical degrees from high-demand jobs or transfer degrees to four-year institutions. We are the best choice for education and training. Whatever you need, we have it for you here at SEC. Apply today at somerset.kctcs.edu. SEC, a real college with real people with real success.
1:58 to go. All tied 21-21 here in the first half as both teams showcasing some offense, Paul.
Absolutely.
And Pulaski has one timeout left is what I show. Madison Southern, I show all three available for them.
Yeah, Pulaski's taken a couple on defense here in the first half.
Yes, they have.
Again, the up receivers, or the receivers are at the 20-yard line. That's Adams and Shepard. Everybody else is the 40 and beyond. So they are not expecting a deep kick. Let's see if he tries to hit that hole with Willis. There's a spot about the 30. Puts the toe to it, drifting back, making the catch, the fair catch is Gibson, and Pulaski County will take over outside the 30-yard line, call it the 32, with $1:55 to go in the half.
A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships Kentucky for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships. They treat you like family.
Once again, I hate to belabor this, but
Yes.
there have been no penalty flags thrown.
I wish
to this
you
point.
hadn't have done that. Second half will take 3 days. 21-21 with 1:57 to go. Two receivers left, one to the right. And straight back is Poston. Fans it off, gets it to Gibson at the 35, makes a move to the 40, the 41 before he is ridden down. The first guy there was Levi Benton. Pulaski County with a gain of 9. Will bring up second down in the yard. Clock is stopped, and I don't know why. Okay, there is a flag.
Oops.
I thought Pulaski moved. Oh, at the end of the play? Okay.
Late
yeah, it's
flag.
here. 50-yard line. I thought somebody moved early, but that's not going to be the whistle.
Since we are loving to stretch out some jerseys, get game day ready at Trader Jack's in Grand Central Place. Open 7 days a week and locally owned and operated means you will get personal and friendly service so you can put together that perfect outfit or accessorize to make you look fabulous. Check out the new fall fashions that are arriving daily.
A 15-yard personal foul penalty against Madison Southern will give Pulaski County a first down, an L&N first down at the 44-yard line in Madison Southern territory. And Dwayne talked about it enough that they're going to start throwing flags.
Blame it on me.
I
That's
told you.
16 of those L&N Federal Credit Union first downs
Wow.
for Pulaski in the first half.
Pulaski County, two receivers right, one to the left. Out of the backfield going right, Jake Sloan. Straight back. Got all day, and now he's going to fan it out to Abbott. Midfield is hit, makes one man miss, gets to the 45. He's going to pick up maybe a yard on the play. Benton was the first guy back there. Strothman, one of the defensive ends. But he stepped through a loss back about the 47 to get back where he got to. They're going to give him a yard to the 43.
He gained a yard. He had no business gaining a yard there. Abbott's a nice runner once he has the ball.
Took the Mad South boys a few minutes just to untangle themselves after
did.
that.
We've got another
We've
flag.
got another flag, Dwayne.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah. Illegal hands to the face against Pulaski, it looks like. But let's.
Well, he's talking to the Pulaski
Yeah, so
sideline.
I'm not sure what's going on.
Well, you know what that means.
I'll take back what I said. Yep, Madeline's going to read.
In real estate, working with the right people matters. Barry Turner, broker and co-owner at Turner Realty Groups, know the ropes. Over the years, Turner Realty Group has developed excellent relationships with their clients. See for yourself on their Zillow profile with more reviews than anyone else in the Lake Cumberland region. Turner Realty Group is just off Highway 27 between lights 21 and 22. Call 679-SOLD or go online at shopsomersethomes.com.
They mark it down to the 37. Illegal hands to the face by Madison Southern. It's going to bring up first down and looks like 3. And I do not understand. I don't understand the marking, first off. I thought that was a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, a
didn't
personal foul is usually a
Wasn't on-
15-yard variety.
Wasn't on that one.
Huh.
But the ball's at the 37. It's going to be first and 3.
So they marked it 5 yards?
Mm-hmm. They marked it 6, but I'm not going to go there. Yeah, I've done that before. I'm going to let that one go tonight. These guys are doing okay.
They're moving the stick, so it's first down.
Automatic first down.
Yes.
Okay, that's an L&N first down. by
Yes,
the way,
it
Dwayne.
is.
Yes.
Another one of those, 17 now.
Yep. All right. First and 10 at the 37-yard line. Two receivers left, one to the right. Out of the backfield going right, Tristan Cox. And they throw it to Cox. Out on a screen, gets a block, gets down inside the 35. And I said Cox. No, Cox made the block.
Shepard, yeah.
It was Shepard. It's 28 instead of 25. I'm staying corrected. They will get 3 yards to the 31-yard line. It will bring up second down and 7.
Pulaski with plenty of time.
And they stand up, get it to Cox over the middle at the 25-20, down to the 17-yard line before he is hit and dropped. Pulaski County with an L&N first down. They are in the Rick Barker red zone. Tackle made by Clay Bunch. Pulaski will have it first and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Timeout called by someone.
All right, Madison Southern with a Toyota of Somerset timeout, which means read one.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Whether you are selling a family estate, private or commercial real estate, equipment or personal property, they've got you covered. Ford Brothers Auctioneers is recognized statewide and nationally as one of the leaders in the auction industry. Whether it's live on site, online, or a combination of both, you can count on Ford Brothers Auctioneers to develop top quality organization, advice, and results for you. Visit them online at FordBrothersInc.com. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, selling the country since 1965.
47.9 seconds on the clock.
One timeout, right?
One timeout's what I show, unless they called that one. I didn't see the signal. Maybe you did.
I think it was Madison Southern. I'll be honest with you, with the ball at the 17-yard line, Pulaski can run 6-8 plays in that length of time.
Right. They want to run the clock out to end the half.
Right.
I mean, that's what they prefer. They don't want to give the ball back.
After scoring.
After scoring, exactly.
Single receiver right to the left. In the backfield is Donovan Abbott and Tristan Cox. Cox will come back to the right side again. And they fake the screen, send him deep. Cox behind the defense, an easy touchdown.
Wow.
At a Citizens National Bank touchdown as Pulaski County. Tristan Cox from Drew Polston.
A little wheel route.
Yeah, wheel route, Citizens National Bank touchdown with 43 seconds to go in the first half.
Good answer by Pulaski. As we mentioned, Madison Southern will get the ball to open the second half. Still 43 seconds on the clock.
Was 17, wasn't it, Dwayne?
Yes.
They had 22 on the board, but I didn't think that was right.
You are correct.
I think our scoreboard's struggling a little bit tonight.
Yes. All right. Adams will hold from McAlpin. Snap is down, kick is up, and it is good.
Great kick by Mustache.
43 seconds to go in the half. 28-21 on the Randall D. Turpin scoreboard.
Since 1920, Citizens National Bank has been located on the Fountain Square in downtown Somerset, and this has been their home for nearly 100 years. Lots of their customers live and work here. Over half of the bank's team, 72 employees to be exact, work downtown. And now, more than ever, Citizens National Bank is excited to be a part of the downtown community. They love downtown Somerset and are here to stay. Citizens National Bank, moving forward together, member FDIC.
28-21 as Pulaski leads with 43 seconds to go in the first half. Getting ready to kick off to Madison Southern. Madison Southern, I show with 2 timeouts. So if you're Pulaski, you don't want to give them good field position here.
Madison Southern has done most of what they have done this evening on the ground. So that bodes well for only 43 seconds to go if you don't give them a breakaway run like they had on the last possession.
Does not take them long with the speed they have.
Again, Jones and Etheridge are deep. They're standing at the 15. Shepard's got a signal. The kick's in the air, and it is backing Jones up, and it will get to the end zone, and it's dead right there. Wasn't sure for a second he's going to blow the whistle, but he did. With 40 seconds to go, Madison Southern will get it at the 20, 1st and 10.
I just got a question. I didn't notice this, but Oaks is on the bench. Pads off.
That's not good.
We did not see that.
No, I didn't see the injury.
I didn't either. I didn't even know he was hurt, but he's holding his shoulder.
Yeah, that's not good.
Oh, gosh.
2 receivers right from the I formation. Storm takes it down the line, gives it to Carson, who will pick up about 3 before he is wrestled down. And with 34 seconds to go, Madison Southern's going to take a timeout.
L&N Federal Credit Union is business since 1954, and they want you to know that you can now join L&N if you live, work, worship, attend school, or belong to any legal entity in Pulaski County. L&N offers everything necessary for your personal or business finances. Over 85,000 members have taken advantage of a flexible mortgage and consumer loans, free online and mobile banking, free checking, business accounts, and more. Equal housing lender and NCUA insured.
28-21. Pulaski County has never trailed in this game, but Madison Southern has caught them at 14, caught them at 21, and Pulaski County just finished a drive to go back in front. I'm really surprised after running the ball for short yardage there, Dwayne, that Madison Southern called timeout with 34 seconds to go.
I did too. If they do not gain much here,
think they'll let it run.
They may regret that.
Right.
Yeah, they will let it run. Pulaski does have a timeout.
All right.
So, it could get interesting.
2 receivers to the left. That's Smith and Etheridge. Single to the right. Man on the wing. And now in motion's Etheridge. And Storm fakes it and then takes off with it. Gets to the outside at the 25-30. Right at the 30, which should be just enough for a first down. Nice job of faking as he faked it to Etheridge coming by. He faked it to Jones coming up the middle. He kept it, tried to clear, picked up a first down, but with 20 seconds to go, it's 1st and 10 from their 30.
Be sure to stay tuned at the conclusion of tonight's game for the Ford Brothers Auctioneers post-game show.
They called another timeout.
Yeah, evidently he didn't get out of bounds. So, Madeline, you can read one more.
Since 1979, Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities they serve, committing times and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends. They work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from homes to businesses to schools and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security. Speaking of Relay for Life, it is actually Relay for Life Awareness Night at the football game. They're raising money for the American Cancer Society. So those will be going around at halftime.
So pitch in, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 1st and 10 from the 30. 2 receivers left. Tight end on the right side. Back on either side of Storm, who's in the gun. Takes it. Hands off to Jones, trying to sweep it to the outside again. Pulaski stretches this one, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. Mercer and Leighton Abbott over there in the vicinity to push him out. It'll bring up 2nd down and 6 with 15 seconds to go in a half.
They're going to run right practically every time, short side of the field or not. They did get out of bounds that time. So.
2nd and 6. Storm takes it, hands off to Jones, going to come to the left. Parmley stretches it out, and then he ends up making the tackle.
Wow.
Along with Jericho Dixon, as Caleb Adams was in the middle of that mess as well. And we have come to the end of the first half. After one half of play, Pulaski County 28, Madison Southern 21.
Honda offers complimentary lifetime powertrain protection with every qualifying new and pre-owned vehicle we sell. Engine covered, transmission covered, drive axles covered for life. You're covered as long as you own it, and that's on every qualifying new and pre-owned car, truck, van, and SUV, even diesel trucks. Shop with complete confidence and peace of mind with Alton Blakely's complimentary lifetime powertrain protection program. Alton Blakely Honda, South Highway 27 Somerset, and abhonda.com.
It's time to auction. Who you gonna call? Whether it's a farm, home, personal, or commercial property, Ford Brothers Auctioneers bring home the bacon for your next auction. On-site, online, simulcast, whatever works best for you, that's what we do. Award-winning marketing to support your auction. And FordBrothersInc.com has the most unique visitors for auctions in the market. Give us a call for your next auction. At Ford Brothers, we're selling the country.
Back at halftime. All right, Madeline Dudley, Dwayne Clark, where the Pulaski County Maroons on top of the Madison Southern Eagles to the tune of 28-21. 9:18 to go in the first quarter. Pulaski County's Grant Oaks with a 14-yard pass from Drew Poston. Jackson McAlpin with a kick. It's 7-0. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. Pulaski County again. This time Jake Sloan, a 19-yard pass from Poston. McAlpin with a kick. 14-zip. 8:18 to go in the second quarter. Madison Southern's Tobias Storm with a 9-yard run. The kick was blocked, and the Maroons led it 14-6. 3:30 to go in the half. Madison Southern's Walt Smith, a 37-yard pass from Storm. Braden Carson ran in the two-point conversion. We're tied for the first time at 14. 2:16 to go in the half. Pulaski County's Tristan Cox with a 10-yard run. McAlpin with a kick makes it 21-14. 1:58 to go in the half. Madison Southern bounces right back. Adrian Jones, a 73-yard run. Baylor Willis with a kick. We're knotted again at 21. And with 43 seconds to go in the half, Pulaski County caps a short drive. Cox, a 17-yard pass from Poston. McAlpin with a kick. Pulaski County goes up 28-21, and that's the way we stand at the half on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. Pulaski County 28 and Madison Southern 21. And as always, we are right here for 5 Mad Minutes. What do you got for us?
Well, you've seen me already tonight, but I have a little bit of an update for our interesting athletic week at Pulaski. So, as you figured out probably by now, that we take soccer very seriously, especially against Somerset. So our girls actually went into overtime 0-0, and then ended up
Easy for you to say.
beating them by 1. I'm worn out already. Also, our volleyball team beat Somerset the same night, which makes them undefeated in district, which is huge for them. We hope that they go all the way. And then they continued to beat North Laurel last night in 3 sets, so that keeps them undefeated, I think on all levels except for a few games. Our golf team won their match against Southwestern last night and will be playing in the All-State tournament, which is actually different than the state tournament because All-State takes only the top 15 teams in the state, and they get to play, and then that kind of determines who's the best. They don't determine who goes to state, but it determines who's the best in the state.
Right.
Our Pulaski boys soccer team actually lost this week, but we hope to make a comeback next Thursday, actually, against Greenwood here at Pulaski. Our cheers seasons actually starts next month. I don't know if you've seen the nice t-shirts, but we encourage everybody to buy the breast cancer shirts for next October, especially since it's Cancer Awareness Night tonight. And then our choir, every single member of our choir program got accepted into the All-State Festival to perform next month, which I thought was pretty important to say. And we're about to watch our winning band do their performance that has gotten them really far already, and they've only been competing for a few weeks.
So we are, a month into school? Thereabouts?
Yeah, just about.
And there's stuff going on each and every day. Brian Miller's a busy man, isn't he?
Oh, yes. We're doing stuff all the time. In school, after school, at night, in the middle of the night, you name it. We're doing something.
As a student, of course, you've got the classwork. Mm-hmm. You've got what you're doing with us. Mm-hmm. And in your spare time, you play golf.
I do play golf.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good. Like I said, we're going to All-State this weekend. We got region next week, and then we have the state tournament, hopefully, the week before fall break, which means that we get to skip school, which is always fun. So hopefully we'll make it just for that reason. I don't want to go any other reason. But, yeah, I'm also in charge of the American Cancer Society awareness thing. So if you're not already here, come out, give us some money like I was talking to you about earlier. We're hoping that goes pretty far, like I was talking about, the touch football game. Hopefully, we'll get our football players in it because they're obviously doing pretty well. So I think they could do pretty well from my tournament, too.
So, looking at all that, and we talked about the little Maroons are here tonight. It's Youth League night, and it's fun. It's always fun to see the little ones running around 6, 8, 10 years old and what have you. I think they took several of them into the locker room.
I know.
Before the game, and that had to be fun for them.
Since I've been in high school, this is the biggest youth night I've seen. You've probably seen bigger, but there are so many kids here that I usually don't see. Normally, they just bring like a few that want to come, but This is the whole team.
Yeah, they bring everybody out on these things, and of course that gets mom and dad in the ball game and get everybody interested and come out and watch this Pulaski County football team, which we've talked about everything but here at halftime. This Pulaski County football team is pretty darn good, by the way.
Exactly, and I'm so happy that it is youth night because it does bring out all the parents and it gives them a nice home opener to be at. We have so many students. I'm so happy that they're here. They filled up most of this entire side of the bleachers, so that's awesome. And then, like I told you earlier, a month from now, our homecoming game is against Southwestern.
There won't be anybody here.
If you don't like people, I don't recommend coming. If you don't like social interactions, this is not the place for you on October 25th. You'll essentially see the entire town in the bleachers. But I'm just glad that we're going to have a lot of attendance here at our 4 only home games.
Yeah, only 4 home games. Because next year, we talked about that. 2 scrimmages out of town, 4 road games to start the season. Next year, that flips.
Yeah.
So they'll be at home for several games next year. Dwayne, are you ready? Let's kick it over to Dwayne for the stats here at halftime. Pulaski County on top, 28-21.
Thank you, Paul. I was enjoying listening to you, too. You were doing a great job, by the way, Madeline. First, for Madison Southern, they finished the first half with 10 first downs on the ground, 21 carries, 159 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Through the air, 4 for 6, 90 yards, and 1 touchdown. Total offense of 249 yards on 27 plays. 3 returns for 39 yards, 2 punts, 75 yards, 2 penalties, 20 yards, no turnovers for Madison Southern in the first half. Pulaski finishes the first half with 19 first downs. On the ground, they carried the ball 12 times for 69 yards and 1 touchdown on a 10-yard run by Tristan Cox. Through the air, Drew Poston, 20 for 24, 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. So a total offense of 297 yards on 36 plays for Pulaski. Returned the ball 4 times for 19 yards, 1 punt, 42 yards, no penalties against Pulaski County in the first half. They fumbled the ball once. They did recover it. They did throw 1 interception, with a key interception as they were moving the ball deep into Madison Southern territory, and Walt Smith picked that ball off. So 1 turnover for Pulaski in the first half. As we are at halftime, Pulaski leading 28-21. As you're listening to Intrust Counseling High School Football. And 28-21 once again, Pulaski ahead as we have the halftime show going on with the band. And I'm finished, guys, with the totals anyway.
Are you done with the totals? Well,
yes.
I'll tell you what, hand me one of those things right there.
One of these things?
Yeah, one of these things right here, and I'm going to let Madeline read one of them.
You can give her the whole.
Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be a part of the communities they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and friends, and they work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you. From homes to businesses to schools and churches, let Modern Systems be your trusted Dave in security. And with that, stay tuned for our Modern Systems Defender of the Game, chosen here in just a little while.
There you go. This is Quick Air Walk-In Clinic in Med-Park West High School Football, presented to the Don Franklin family of dealerships. And a video tonight presented by Buffalo Wings and Rings here in Somerset. Dwayne, you've got more.
I do have some individual numbers for Madison Southern. Adrian Jones, 8 carries, 93 yards, and one of those a 73-yard touchdown run as he did. He went around the right wide, and 73 yards later scored a touchdown. Tobias Storm, 7 carries, 35 yards. Not much through the air, but Walt Smith has 3 catches for 56 yards, and one of those was a touchdown reception. Pulaski County, Tristan Cox, 3 carries, 17 yards. Drew Poston, 6 carries, 28 yards. Through the air, Jake Sloan has 6 catches, 90 yards, and 1 touchdown.
So he's 280 right now, and he's one to break it.
280,
right?
1 to break. Grant Oaks, 3 catches for 29 yards, one of those a 14-yard touchdown reception. Donovan Abbott, 2 catches for 25 yards. Evan Cherry, 2 catches, 27 yards. Tristan Cox, 2 catches, 32 yards. Caleb Adams, 1 catch for 8 yards. Jacob Shepard, a catch for 6 yards. And he threw to 8 different receivers in that first half. And Drew Poston, 20 for 24, 228 yards and 3 touchdowns. Not a bad first half.
We'll talk about it in a few minutes, and I'll be honest with you, that's one of the things this offense has has adapted to really well as time has gone on is throwing to the backside of the backfield. You and I will discuss that before we start the second half. What else have you got there? Is that all the totals?
That's all the totals.
All right.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and give some more scores while you two swap places, and we'll go from there. Again, this is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Mid-Park West High School football. We're at halftime. PC Field, where the Pulaski County Maroons lead the Eagles of Madison Southern 28-21. Couple of more halftime scores that Lake Cumberland Sports is covering for you tonight. And in Williamsburg, Somerset on top of Williamsburg 14-13 at intermission. And from almost Winchester, if you go up 627, Southwestern taking on George Rogers Clark. And at the half, Southwestern on top by 21-20. So all three local teams in front tonight, but you could add them all together and not get a great big margin. Is the three games with a 9-point margin thus far. Madeline, give us a couple.
Wait times are short at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're focused on service, and the staff the clinic to reduce time spent in the waiting room. What in the world did I just say? Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, which is another great time saver. The clinic is open and waiting for you from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Of course, no appointment is necessary. Just walk in when you need us. Quick Care behind the hospital in Med Park West. At White's Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at White's Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into a reality. Visit the White's Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Bench Road to learn more about what they can do for you.
All right, winding down time as both teams beginning to stretch a little bit. Actually, Madison Southern's out there. For Pulaski County right now, we've got youth league kids running the length of the field, and they're going to be running through Madison Southern in just a minute. This could be a train wreck. All right, Dwayne, we watched the first half that Pulaski County scored a couple of touchdowns early, had it 14-0, and things looked smooth. And then Madison Southern went to the option, came roaring back to tie it at 14, tied it again at 21, and it took a late touchdown by Pulaski County to get them an advantage.
I looked at Madison Southern's offensive numbers coming into this game, and they were impressive. I thought, well, it's got to be competition. But seeing is believing. They have a lot of speed in the backfield. Tobias Storm, Adrian Jones, and they ran to the right side a lot and off the option. And they threw it a few times, but mainly their offense was on the ground, and Pulaski did not adjust to that speed, Paul. And they missed some tackles, too.
Sure, they did. And part of that, of course, is Madison Southern with a couple of runners. Etheridge and Jones can both fly.
Yes, they can.
And then Storm is pretty good with the football and can do damage on his own. If I'm Pulaski County, I make Storm throw it in the second half.
Well, that's what you want to do if you're the defense of Pulaski County. Make Madison Southern throw the ball when they don't want to. That's usually what a running team will. When they're uncomfortable throwing the ball, that's when your defense is doing their job and they have the advantage. One turnover for Pulaski in the first half. It was a bad time for the turnover.
Sure.
Deep in Madison Southern territory, could have cost them. That was a 14-point swing there because they scored off that.
You're talking about Pulaski hitting 8 different receivers, and I mentioned that they are getting very adept at hitting the backs out of the backfield.
They are.
And you can get to Tristan Cox with his power and running ability, and Donovan Abbott with his speed and elusiveness to go with Oaks and Sloan and Shepard and Adams, and it puts a lot of pressure on a defense when you can do that.
Yeah, a defense, they can't concentrate on one receiver, and Pulaski exploited that. And I didn't mention Braden Gibson, but he stepped in, obviously, after Grant Oaks went down with we do not know what kind of injury.
Looked like a shoulder, but that's all we know.
Yeah, he had 2 catches, so he stepped in, and 8 different receivers. That makes a quarterback's job a lot easier.
It does. Before we get ready to go to the second half, we're going to turn it back to Madeline one more time.
Could you or your family benefit from counseling services? Entrust Counseling is there to meet your needs by providing services in the office, home, or school. They even offer late night and weekend appointments. Call 676-0638. Check out their new website at entrust-healthcare.com, and you can also find them on Facebook. And guys, I am still laughing about the 5 Pee Wee cheerleaders that just got stuck in between Connor Hargis and Tristan Cox. That was probably the most entertaining part of this game for me.
I don't mind it. I missed it. All right. Dwayne, I looked at the totals there. The disparity to me is in the running game.
Yes.
If I'm Johnny Hines, I would dearly love to get some yardage on the ground and kill some clock and finish a drive at some point in the second half because the passing game's working well.
Yes, it is. And obviously Pulaski's throwing the ball. As you know, they want to run the ball.
Sure.
But obviously the Madison Southern defense must be forcing them to throw the ball
right.
and not allowing them. But, they've only run the ball 12 times.
Well, it was that bend but don't break thing. You talked about Madison Southern's defense giving ground, giving
Yes.
space and letting the short throws go. That's fine and dandy, but you gave up 4 touchdowns trying to do that in the first half. So does Madison Southern do something different, or are they just trying to hang around?
I think they're trying to hang around. Their defense is what it is what I think at this
Okay.
point. If you're Pulaski County, as you know, we've seen Josh Roberts make a lot of adjustments.
Right.
And he's done a very good job. And I'm interested to see what they do in the second half because Madison Southern's going to get the ball to open the half. And so we'll find out pretty quick
Right.
if they continue to run the ball at will. And if they make any changes on defense.
Sure. Pulaski County went to a 4-man front against that option for a little while, but then when Madison Southern started gaining ground and got down in scoring territory, they went back out of it, and Pulaski had to use a timeout to change personnel.
I don't know if that's going to work against this offense because they run wide so much. You got to have some speed on that outside to combat this
Right.
team speed of Madison Southern.
Getting ready to start the second half, we've only got one problem, is both teams were facing in the opposite direction, so now everybody's going to have to switch. And the return man for Madison Southern is going to get like an 80-yard jog before they get into position to receive the kickoff.
So they're going to be gassed to start.
And we are going to wait, I think, for at least another 45 seconds because the clock's got to run down. They have to kill that 3 minutes that the teams get extra to warm up. How about it?
Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook and search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
All right. The deep folks for Madison Southern, Jones and Etheridge, have been back there all night, but they are standing at the 5 instead of at the 20 where they were at when this game started.
They've backed up even deeper, and there's a big gap between them and the guys up front.
Yeah, if you could put a knuckleball at about the 20-yard line, it'd be a free throw. Clock has wound down to kill intermission. We'll put 12 back on the clock. They've got that done, and we are ready to play the second half. Shepard moves on the football, and it will be a bouncer that'll be taken at the 12-yard line, and they'll fake it, and keeping it going to the right is Jones. He gets across the 20, is tripped up there by Caleb Adams, and will fall forward shy of the 30. We'll see where they spot it. It'll be first down for the Eagles.
There could possibly be a fight between the sevens.
See if some pushing and shoving going on?
Yes.
All right. That's a couple of linebackers right there, boys and girls. They marked the ball at the 27-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. As we get Palmer and Smith to the left. And they are in the shotgun with a back on either side of Tobias Storm, who takes it, hands off to Etheridge, trying to swing wide right, and Caden Dobbs is going to say, how do you do? And he is going to pick up a yard to the 28, trying to get wide, 2nd down and 9.
Something about that halftime has got them pushing.
Everybody's had a chance to rest, get a drink, come out a little bit more fired up, and play a little bit.
Yeah.
Mark it closer to the 29, 2nd down and 8.
Gave him a good spot.
They did. Not agreed with a lot of those tonight. 2 receivers left. Palmer to the right side. And Storm takes it, hands off to Jones, dances into the hole, gets to the 30, and not much more before he is hit and ridden back. I'll get the guy off the bottom of the pile. That would be one Jordan Lanner. Pulaski County glad to have him back. Gain of 2 to the 31, 2nd down and 6. And he got another good spot, didn't he, Dwayne?
He didn't get close to 30. I'm closer to 31 than he is. that he got.
3rd down and 6. You're beginning to sound like me. Sorry about that. All right. Again, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Storm takes it, hands off to Jones, dances into the hole, and dances into the defense. Might have gotten a yard on the play. Chase Parmley and Connor Hargis with help from a couple others.
That is what I call a flop on top.
Make the tackle. They give him the 32. It'll be 4th down and 5.
Make a note. Flop on
I like
top.
that.
Flop on top. It's when they just keep going, even though they don't really need to get on top of anything.
Everybody wants to get on the pile.
Exactly.
All right, it's 4th and 5. They're going to drop back in punt formation. That is Smith. They bring one guy off the sideline. Everybody else is a starter. So you can't tell if they're going in punt formation or not. A low snap. Pulaski's not putting any pressure on it. Smith gets a kick away, gets a nice bounce. It'll hit at the 40 and roll down to the 37-yard line in Pulaski territory. So the Maroons, with 9:54 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Pulaski up 28-21. They will have good field position for their first possession here in the 3rd quarter.
You know how we said at the beginning of the game that everybody was being nice to each other?
Those days are over?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Interesting offensive possession by Madison Southern there. They did not run wide, really. They ran left.
No, they didn't go with what got them to this point.
And they tried to run up the middle. But,
of course, every now and then you do one thing to set up another.
well, that is true. That is true.
But you gave up a possession. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers right. Donovan Abbott is the back. Straight back is Poston. He's got all day. Sits and pulls it down and still scrambling around. Falls down back inside the 35 at the 31. He's going to lose 6 just because I think he had a tire blowout. It'll be 2nd down and 16. He has been scrambling all night. He had plenty of time.
Yes, he did.
Nobody broke open. So he started scrambling. He went left, started to cut back right, and the wheels just came off.
Oaks is not out there again. Gibson is playing tight end.
I'm seeing if Oaks is out there anywhere.
I don't see him.
I don't either. 2 receivers left. 3 receivers left. 1 to the right. And Poston fakes it, getting pressure, tries to dump it off. Incomplete as he tried to go to Gibson coming across the field from the tight end spot, and it will be 3rd down and 16. Wow.
They brought the house on that play because they are not worried about Pulaski's running game at this time. The running game is non-existent, so bring the rush.
They sit on Oaks. It is a knee.
Knee.
We do not know the extent, but that's what they say the injury is. 3rd and 16. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Poston takes it straight back. Got plenty of time. Sits, fires over the middle. He's got a receiver at the 40. That's Sloan. 45, midfield, 45, 40-yard line and inside there before he is ridden down. That will be an L&N 1st down. Storm made the tackle, and that right there will give Jake Sloan the 2nd highest number of catches in the history of Kentucky high school football, trailing only one Jake Johnson.
We've seen him play before.
Just a few times.
Still with better than half a season to go. Jake will add to that total. 2 receivers each way on 1st down from the Madison Southern 39. Poston takes it, hands off to Abbott behind the left side of that line. Big hole, 35-30, 25-20. Spin down inside the 20 near the 15-yard line. Making the tackle is Walt Smith. That will be another L&N 1st down, and Pulaski County is set up in the Rick Barker red zone at the 16-yard line, 1st and 10.
Don't know who in the middle made that big hole, but he deserves a pat on the back.
Lanner and Fuentes is who they've been running behind most of this season, and I would assume that had a part to do with it. And they take it straight back, and rolling right is Poston. Set, fires to the right side. He just threw that one out of bounds. I'll tell you what's going on in that offensive line, though. I'm doing some looking right now. Actually, Paul Judd and Fuentes are on the left side with the youngster.
We saw Hughes go out.
The freshman Dalton Hayes is playing center right now.
I think he's had a little something to do with it because I saw his number come back up.
Right. And Hayes, by the way, is playing right guard. He's out there. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. They're just resting Lanter. I guess he's coming back off an injury. From the pistol, they throw a slant pattern. It is tipped as he tried to go to Cherry, got one hand on it. Just a miscommunication. I think Cherry found a little seam in the zone and tried to set down, and Poston thought he was going to keep going and let him. And fortunately, Evan got a hand on it to keep anybody from picking it off, but it will now be 3rd down and 10 from the 16-yard line.
4 down territory without a doubt.
Oh, absolutely.
On the 16.
2 receivers on the left side, 2 tight ends on the right side. One of those is Tristan Cox, by the way. And they hand it off to Abbott, coming wide right. Cuts it up at 20, is going to spin down to the 12-yard line. So a gain of 4 will bring up 3rd down and 6. And I think you were right, Dwayne, that they used that play to get part of the yardage because they knew they were going for it on 4th anyway.
Without a doubt. And I like to watch this young man run the ball, this freshman Donovan Abbott.
Yeah, he's going to be handy to have around for 2 or 3 more years. 2 receivers left. Again, 2 tight ends on the right side. 4th and 6. Cox goes in motion to the left side. Poston takes it, stands back, looking at the cuts, throws it over the middle. Jake Sloan, touchdown.
Watch that happen all the way.
11 yards on the pass play from Drew Poston to Jake Sloan. Yeah, you could see Drew just sitting there saying, all right, when you get open, I'm throwing it.
And wise man.
So 7:23 to go, 3rd quarter. Pulaski County, for the 2nd time tonight, is up 2 scores.
Jake Sloan has 8 catches, 131 yards on the evening.
Mr. Automatic is out for the PAT out of the hold of Caleb Adams. Jackson McAlpin with the kick, and it is good. 7:23 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Randall D. Turpin scoreboard says Pulaski 35, Madison Southern 21.
At Whitus Cabinets, they provide their customers with friendly service. They value your business, and it is their mission to provide reliable products and services. The courteous and professional team at Whitus Cabinet Design Center can turn your vision into a reality. Visit the Whitus Cabinet Design Center on the corner of South 27 and Slate Branch Road to learn more about what they can do for you.
I'd like to thank the folks at Buffalo Wings and Rings for the video coverage tonight. If you're in that area on game night, hey, they've got the game on some of the screens down there.
They're doing a presentation to Jake Sloan.
All right.
Oh.
So Jake's taking the football. Like I said, that makes him number 2 all time in the state of Kentucky. Between Jake Johnson and Jake Sloan, to this point, they've got a shade over 700 catches.
And we've witnessed every one of them.
We've witnessed every one of them. That's right.
And it's been fun.
Stay tuned for the SEC Offensive Player of the Game announced after the show.
Wonder who that'll be.
That's what I was thinking, but I wasn't allowed. I didn't know if I was allowed to say that or not.
Yes, you were. I think Pulaski can't help. We're switching footballs here. 7:23 to go in the 3rd. 35-21 Pulaski County. We had a quick 1st quarter, and since then, not so much.
Yeah, I doomed it.
They're waiting on a football. I hope they didn't give Jake Johnson the ball they want to kick because he's probably not going to give it back.
No. Yeah, if I'm Sloan, I'm going to hide that ball. There's the football.
And he's got 2 touchdowns tonight.
He does.
And Tristan Cox has scored 2 touchdowns.
Yes,
tonight.
sir.
And Jake Sloan has scored a touchdown tonight. And Pulaski leads it 35-21. District play starts next week. We'll be in Whitley County.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. Scrimmage down there a couple, 3 years ago.
Yes.
The last time we were down there. Kick from Shepard is a bouncer that'll hit at the 10, scoot by, picked up at the 4-yard line by Jones, straight up the middle. 15, and down he'll go right in that vicinity. On the far hash mark is see Leighton Abbott and Ethan Mills and company. Mr. Huff Comes off there. Zach Huff is in on the play as well. They will mark the football at the 18-yard line. 1st and 10, Madison Southern. The Eagles need a drive. They got in that shape once in the first quarter, and they were able to get one.
Do they start passing the ball? A different formation.
They're in the I formation with a wide receiver left. This is what they've been running the option out of. They go straight to the belly man, to the freshman Carson, and he's going to get a couple to the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. Cox, Mercer, and company in that pile. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
1.5 shouldered. Evan Tolson, I think, was in there somewhere.
All right. 1.5. I like it. Yeah, Jordan Lanner playing mostly defense tonight as they adjusted the offensive line in the second half. And Tristan Cox getting some rest with Leighton Abbott out there as a linebacker. Storm fakes one way, comes back with an inside screen to Jones. Lost his footing. I don't think it would have mattered. He got back where he started, but Jericho Dixon and Leighton Abbott in on the pile will bring up 3rd down and 7. He wasn't going far anyway, but lost his balance, and they pinned him right there.
Talk about an example of defense holding their places.
Yes, sir. 3rd and, excuse me.
Good fake and 2 guys there.
3rd, yeah, that's what Johnny Hines talked about in the pregame. He said you've got to stay in position against that option. Again, wide receiver left and from the I formation. And they hand it off to the fullback who continues to drive, gets out to the 25, dragging people with him. I think that was, again, Carson. It was, and the guy helping him up is Chase Parmalee. And they will put it down at the 26-yard line, and it will bring up 4th down and 2. And this time Madison Southern brings in 3 or 4 bodies on 4th down. You wonder, Dwayne, we talked about it in the pregame about the fact that they had 5 or 6 guys that went both ways in Pulaski County. May beginning to wear them down.
I thought about that earlier, but I thought it would be in the 4th quarter. But it's already down to 5 minutes and 20 counting. The 3rd.
Here in the 3rd, Pulaski up 14. Smith, they don't come after him, gets a high, short kick. Adams calls for a fair catch, bobbles it, and falls on it. Back at the 46, 47-yard line in Pulaski territory. So Pulaski County going to have great field position at their own 46 with 5:13 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Right now is the time to get over to Alton Blakely Honda, where the in-stock 2019 Honda Accords are now priced at $1 over invoice. Yes, you heard that right. In-stock Accords are priced at $1 over invoice. In Alton Blakely Honda, part of the Alton Blakely family of dealerships in Somerset.
And again, we'll have the offensive player, the defensive player, the Ford Brothers post-game show, and all sorts of stats and paraphernalia at the end of this thing. But we've got a quarter and a half to play. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Poston takes it straight back. Got plenty of time. Pumps one way. Rolls left. Still pumping. Fires over the middle. He's got a receiver thrown at the 45, 40, 35. Down the sideline. Ridden out of bounds at the 30. And maybe a little bit extra there. I don't think there's anything really strenuous as Etheridge threw him out of bounds. But Jake Sloan with a nice catch and run. Pulaski County with an L&N 1st down at the Madison Southern 29-yard line. So, 25, Blaine?
Yes, sir.
So just a nice pitch and catch, and Drew Poston just waited in the pocket for somebody to clear because he was not getting a lot of pressure. We go under 5 minutes here in the 3rd. Single receiver left, 3 stacked up on the right side. Poston takes it, hands off to Abbott, who dances off to the left side, 25, 20, and will be at the 18, maybe the 17-yard line before he is ridden down. There is a flag, so hold the phone. Dane Jackson on the hit.
That'll probably be holding.
Yeah, that's where that flag's at. It sure looks like it. You are correct, sir. The flag's at the 35, so they will mark it from the spot. And it'll be back at the 45-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 26.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
That's a drive killer, isn't it? Pulaski County, again, the penalty, they still haven't had a lot of penalties tonight.
That's their first one.
Is that Pulaski's first one?
That is Pulaski's first flag.
I knew he hadn't had a lot. That was, I don't know that there's ever a good time for a flag. Now, these guys need to pick it up, though, because Utah and USC are playing tonight. I'm going to watch part of it. 2 receivers to the left, 3 to the right. Posted in an empty backfield on first and a bunch. Takes it. Straight back. Gets pressure. Steps up in the pocket. Tucks it. Rolls left. 45-40. Down the sideline and is pushed out of bounds on the far side in the vicinity. The 35-yard line. We'll see where they put him at when they get finished marking. I think they're going to put it at the 36, so a gain of 9. And it will bring up second down and 17.
Pulaski, without a doubt, in 4-down territory.
Oh, absolutely.
So 9 yards at a pop there. They'll take that.
That'll get it done. Evan Cherry comes wide right. On the left side is Kanan Daniels. The tight end is Braden Gibson. And in the backfield, Abbott. And coming out of there to the right side, Jake Sloan. Holston straight back. Plenty of time. Breaks down on him. Flips it out to Abbott in the flat. 40, 35. Nice cut. 30, 25. Breaks the tackle. 20. Makes a move and gets shoved out of bounds to the 17-yard line. Again, the defensive end, Strothman, over there to make the hit. But Abbott doesn't look that fast. Doesn't look that shifty. But every time he makes a move, somebody misses.
He's hard to bring down. Hard to hit.
They are in the Rick Barker red zone with a 1st and 10. That's an L&N first down, by the way. The ball at the 17-yard line.
Drew Poston's thrown for 313 yards thus far.
Good grief.
Wow.
2 wideouts left. 2 tight ends right.
Oaks is back on the bench.
Thank you. And we'll get a flag. May have been delayed game. They might not get it off. Is he
he's pointing at somebody?
Yeah, don't figure he's in uniform, is he, Madeline?
No, he's in a sweatshirt.
Okay, thank you.
You were right,
yeah,
Paul.
I'll see.
Delay of game.
All right. Delay of game will back him up 5. Make it 1st and 15. And that pushes them just outside the Rick Barker red zone. So now they're going to have to go again.
Yes. Go back.
2:58 to go, third quarter. 35-21 Pulaski County on Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Mid-Park West High School football. 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends right. And the handoff to Abbott coming right. Looking for a place to go. Doesn't find one. Makes a hole. Gets across the 20 back to the original line of scrimmage. They call it the 18. So a gain of 4. He's going to bring up second down and 11.
Move that out of the way.
Yeah, we've been stepping on. I've been stepping on cords all day.
Interesting thing, Paul. Madison Southern's run 6 plays in this third quarter.
Wow, that'll wear you out too. Not getting the ball any.
Yeah, and they've been on defense.
And they had the ball first.
Yes, they did. And it's 2 minutes and 25 seconds and counting.
Yes, sir. 2 receivers each way. Ball's on the right hash. Holston takes it. Hands off to Abbott. Dances in the hole. Angles to the right side. He's going to get, I don't know if he got back to the line of scrimmage or not. Maybe there, but there is a hanky at the 20-yard line.
There is. Either it will be holding or a face mask.
Waiting on a signal.
That's holding.
That will be holding against Pulaski. So from the 20, we'll put it back to the 30-yard line, and it will bring up second down. And again, 20-some to go. They've got to get to the 7.
We were just bragging about the lack of penalties.
I know. Every time we mention that, it starts a hanky fest.
You said we jinx ourselves.
We do that.
Well, players start to get tired, start holding on, grabbing a little more.
Yeah. It's easier to grab than it is to move the feet and get in position. Huh?
Yes.
All right.
But if you're Madison Southern, all this does is extend your defense on the field.
Right. 2nd and 23. 3 receivers left. Daniels and Sloan and Cox. Gibson, the tight end on the right side. Straight back is Poston. He's got all day, and all by his lonesome in the flat is Abbott. Gets across the 30 to the 25 in the vicinity of the 20-yard line, and we'll bring up third down and call it 13 as Pulaski County is right on the fringe of the Rick Barker red zone.
Donovan Abbott with 4 catches.
I tell you what, you started this season with Cox and Oaks and Sloan and Shepard that you knew were going to get stuff out of it, or going to get numbers and things out of.
Right.
And now you've got Donovan Abbott and Braden Gibson and
Price in the wings, trying to recover from an injury.
Evan Cherry. Kanan Daniels has got a catch tonight. Third down and long. Cox comes in motion to the right side. Straight back is Poston. He's got all day. Fires over the middle. Got a receiver. That is Gibson. Good hands. Touchdown. That was a good catch, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, it was.
Braden Gibson reaching forward and down a little bit. Reached out, grabbed a hold of that ball right at the goal line, and Poston put that thing in. It wasn't a wind, it's more like a porthole.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that's his first touchdown.
You're probably right. 1:52 to go in the third. 20 yards on the pass play. Braden Gibson from Drew Poston, and it is 41-21 with the mustachioed kicker to come. Adams with the hold. The kick is up, and it is good. 1:52 to go in the third. Pulaski on top, 42-21 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
Alton Blakely Mazda is home to not one, but two Car and Driver Magazine's best SUVs of 2019, such as the 2019 Mazda CX-5, Car and Driver Magazine's best compact SUV, starting at only $23,443 plus taxes, license, and fees, or the 2019 Mazda CX-9 SUV with third row, Car and Driver Magazine's best midsize SUV, starting at only $29,587 plus taxes, license, and fees.
42-21, 1:52 to go in the third quarter. And it's been all Pulaski here in the third quarter, Paul.
It has.
As we saw, though, this Madison Southern team is they can hit you quick with their speed. Thus far, though, I'm kind of puzzled by their offense in this third quarter.
The speed they can get you when they get Jones and Etheridge to the corner. Storm has the ability. They've put some clamps on Storm. He hadn't really gotten a lot done, and time is going to get to the point where they may have to start putting it in the air, and they've not done that a lot tonight either.
And we talked about that. That's what you want to do if you're Pulaski's defense.
Yes,
make
sir.
them throw the ball.
Shepard with the kick, and he's going to bounce this one in no man's land at the 20-yard line. Pick up at the 17 by Jones. Wades through, gets across to 25 and 27. Pulaski County, that is Donovan Abbott in there on the tackle.
I believe there's a flag.
All right.
Right at the tackle.
Right at the point of contact. You are correct, sir, and that's you go back to either the hold or the face mask again, don't you?
Pulaski is clapping.
That's what I was going to say. I think we like it.
Oh, we're neutral.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Except when we're not. All right. Holding. Madison Southern. Actually, maybe a legal block in the back, but they'll mark it back from the point of the play, back inside the 20-yard line to the 18. And Madison Southern backed up. First and 10 from there with 1:46 to go. Yes, sir?
Coach Hines talked in your interview about his special teams and getting teams deep, and they have accomplished
They've done that
tonight.
They really have, yeah. They've had good field position all night long. Single receiver to the left, two to the right. And straight back is Storm, fires it long downfield. He's got a receiver there, and it is incomplete as a great job of timing by Evan Mercer, and he actually stepped in front of Etheridge. Etheridge was playing defense by the time that was over. Looked like he was open. Mercer, I think, suckered Storm into that throw.
Yeah, Storm sort of hung the ball up and gave Mercer plenty of time, and Etheridge went on defense there. We've got a holding call against Madison Southern.
I'm not sure. I don't decline it.
I think I would. But you and I don't get to decide.
We don't get a vote.
No, obviously.
Nice try, though.
Yeah, we have an opinion, but we don't have a vote.
Yeah.
As they push Madison Southern.
Yeah, they're going to mark him. They're going to mark him back from the spot of the foul. Of course, the ball is back at the 5-yard line. So I understand taking it now. First and a whole bunch from there. That was, by the way, in the background, the Hollies, long, cool woman in a black dress. Two receivers left and one to the right. And Storm straight back to throw, looking left, fires it down the sideline. It's incomplete as he overthrows his receiver. As Caleb Adams did a good job of pinning Walt Smith to the sideline to where he couldn't really stay in bounds and get the football.
Excellent coverage. Nice arm by Mr. Storm. He threw that out of the end zone, basically 35 yards, 40. But, yeah, you mentioned it. Caleb Adams, perfect position on defense.
Second down and 23. They've got to get to the 28. And this is a position right here where You could really put this one away. You stop him here. Comes back to the left to Smith. Gets a good block at the 10. Caleb Adams corrals him, and he goes down at the 14-yard line. So a gain of 9 will bring up 3rd down and 13. Clock running with $1:20 to go in the third, 42-21.
Turner Realty, 3rd down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
A big Turner Realty 3rd down for Pulaski County's defense.
And nice little slip screen, but Pulaski's defense recovered.
Yeah, that's – if you'll notice, Storm does not look off the defense. When he threw the long pass in to go that Mercer almost picked off, when he backed up in the pocket, he was looking where he was going to throw it the entire way. 2 receivers to the right side. He comes down the line on the option, sets, fires down the sideline. He's got Etheridge, bobbles it, can't come up with it. Just a little bit behind him. And Chase Parmalee, who was back in coverage, got a hand in there and knocked it away. A good pass would have probably been a 1st down or more.
Yes, threw it behind him, and you're right. He could still be running.
Mm-hmm.
And Storm maybe through that a little quick.
But it wasn't a bad pass. It still could have been caught.
Right.
But Parmalee did a nice job on defense. 4th and a bunch with 44 seconds to go here in the third.
Receiver gets his hands on the ball. It's a catchable ball.
Stay tuned for our Modern Systems Defensive Player of the Game to be said right after.
You have to work on that one, won't we, Dwayne?
Yeah, that's always a tough one, though.
Yes, sir. Punt formation. Smith standing at the goal line. We get a whistle about the time the ball snapped.
Movement?
Either that or delay game again.
It's going against
Madison
Madison
Southern.
Southern.
Madison Southern, but I don't know why yet. Dead ball, delay game.
Yes, sir. Good call.
I saw the clock at 0, but I didn't know how quickly it had gotten to that point.
Madison Southern is at a dangerous point in this game.
They are, very much so. Yeah, they let Pulaski score again. It's Katie bar the door. Smith's about halfway through the end zone now in punt formation. And he comes rolling out. Little pressure, gets it away. It's a bouncer that Adams will let go. It'll hit at the 45 and roll dead just a foot or so shy of midfield. So Pulaski County at midfield with 35 seconds to go in third in great field position.
Wait times are short at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're focused on service and the staff at the clinic to reduce time spent in the waiting room. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, which is another great time saver. The clinic is open and waiting for you from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. Of course, no appointment is necessary. Just walk in when you need us. Quick Care behind the hospital in Med Park West.
This is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic High School Football presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships.
You started a new thing, soaking your pencils in water?
I dropped my pencil in the ice. But anyway, 2 receivers left, 2 tight ends to the right side. It's a personal thing. Sloan comes out of the backfield, comes right. Poston takes it, low snap, but handleable. And he tucks it, rolls, gets down to the 48-yard line, so a gain of a couple will bring up 2nd down and 8. And Pulaski County will not snap it again in this quarter unless somebody calls a timeout, because Johnny Hines was looking at Drew Poston saying, just don't worry about it. I got a plan.
I do notice that Dylan Hughes is back out there.
Yeah,
that's good news.
I saw him earlier. We have finished 3 quarters from PC Field. Pulaski County 42, Madison Southern 21 on the Randall D. Turpin CBA scoreboard.
A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships Kentucky for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships because they treat you like family. Henderson Chiropractic, committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occurred during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
Remember the 21-20 score we gave you of Southwestern on top of George Rogers Clark at halftime?
Yes, sir.
They played 3 scores. It hadn't changed.
21-20.
21-20, yeah.
Got an update on Somerset Williamsburg.
We think Somerset's up 7. But we're not sure about that, so we'll get back to you.
Here we are through 3 quarters, 42-21. Pulaski leading Madison Southern.
Yeah, that's what we heard.
Yeah.
All right, Pulaski County with a 2nd down and 8 from the 48. We get ready to start the 4th quarter.
And if we had a time of possession,
Pulaski would be way ahead.
Yeah, in that 3rd quarter.
Sloan wide left, 2 receivers to the right side on 2nd down, and they do a reverse, give it to Adams. He is pinned back there, gets a nice block, makes a cut, gets to the 46-yard line. So a whole lot for a gain of 2. Tackle over there made by Bunch and by Smith. It'll be 3rd down. They're going to mark it back at the 40. Well, one guy's at the 46, one's at the 47, so hang on.
We'll wait to see where the ball goes down.
Goes down at the 46. Gain of 2, 3rd and 6.
That was a running play, wasn't it?
It was. Now they ran a reverse. They ran a couple of those tonight. Evidently Madison Southern does a good job of pursuing. So Sloan left. Adams and Daniels to the right side. Poston takes it. Gets pressure, rolls right. There's a hole, but sets, fires it down to the 35. He's got a receiver. That's Adams, bounces off down to the 25-20 and tripped up at the 15-yard line. Nice move to break out of a tackle by Caleb Adams. Tackle was made by Walt Smith, but he'll give Pulaski County and Ellen in 1st down in the Rick Barker red zone with 11:04 to go.
Nice 31-yard catch and run.
Madison Southern is about 15 yards away from being in a world of hurt. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Poston straight back. Got all day, sets, fires over the middle. A little bit low to Gibson. Couldn't handle it 2nd down. Maybe catchable. Maybe could have thrown a little better. Didn't connect 2nd down. Just wasn't in sync.
How much time has Poston had tonight? You know, that offensive line has done their job protecting their quarterback tonight.
And I don't know if Madison Southern is trying to come at them with 3 or just 4 guys, and if they're dropping everybody else in coverage, but they're giving him way too much time.
3 down linemen on every play, most plays.
Yes, sir.
And I think they're getting tired, Paul.
3 receivers left, tight end on the right side on 2nd down. Poston takes it straight back to throw. Got all kinds of time, dumps it off to Abbott at the 20. Makes a move, 15, down to the 10, spins by, down to the 6, maybe the 7, before he is hit and dropped by Etheridge. They will give him the 7-yard line. Gain of 8, 3rd down and 2.
Looks like Madison Southern kind of helped him spin right on forward.
They did. They gave him a couple yards. They threw him forward.
Wrong way.
Take all the help you can get. Ball actually about the 7.5. Call it the 7. 2nd and a couple. Excuse me, 3rd and a couple. They didn't change the board. Single receiver left, 3 to the right. Tristan Cox is the running back. Drew Poston checking to the sideline, and Pulaski County not happy. Pulaski County takes a timeout, leading 42-21 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard.
A flat tire would make a really good road trip, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide guarantees and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when being on the move was carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free, guaranteed. Find out more online at skiptirepros.com.
42-21, Pulaski County. 3rd and 2, just inside the 8-yard line of. That's possible. I don't know. and even 10 minutes to go in the game. It's always a hard problem to have. Yeah.
But anyway, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Magic Monograms has moved to 110 Creek Terrace, conveniently located off North Highway 27 between Big Lots and Backyard Burger. The place for custom embroidery, screen printing, and so much more. They can put your designs on medical and athletic uniforms, corporate and school apparel. Find them on Facebook, search Magic Monograms and Embroidery.
Tell you what, I think the officials are tired too, because this timeout's lasted a while.
It has. This is 2 timeouts.
Yep.
And 1.
And even 10 minutes to go in the game. Pulaski County's up 3 scores. Madison Southern, I'll be honest with you, they might have a hard time getting back now, and Pulaski's 7 yards away from going up more.
I don't know if it's Pulaski's defense that's made an adjustment, but they have shut down.
Well, you talked about those adjustments that.
Yeah.
And you noticed that Madison Southern's they haven't really gotten away since that long run from Jones late in the half.
You know how many first downs they've had in the second half?
I'm going to guess none.
You are correct.
2 receivers each way. I know how you operate. 3rd and a couple. And Pulaski County in a jumbo package. Tristan Cox out of the Wildcat. Will take it, lower the shoulder, get to the 5. And he might as well just go ahead and score. Drags about 4 defenders in and scores from 7 yards out.
Pushed his way into a Citizens National Bank touchdown.
That's the 7th one of those tonight for Pulaski County with 9:54 to go. Tristan Cox has scored again. 7 or 8, Dwayne?
I'm going to give him 8.
Give him 8.
7.5, so he rounded off.
All right. An 8-yard run for Cox. Jackson McAlpin out for the PAT, and Pulaski County is up 48-21.
Nice run by
Absolutely.
Cox.
He got a good block, got to the 5, probably got to the 3 before they got to him, and there wasn't enough of them to keep him out of the end zone. Adams with a snap. Kick is up, and it is good, but a flag comes in. They ran over McAlpin. That'll cost them on the kickoff, would be my guess. McAlpin had to get off his backside. But anyway, 49, we'll come with the penalty when we come back. 49-21, Pulaski County on the Randall D. Turpin CBA scoreboard.
Don't feel great? Just can't wait? Well, Quick Care's open late. Just walk in at their clinic in Med Park West, just off Bogle Street, behind the hospital. Hours are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. weekdays and 10 to 3 on Saturdays. No appointment is necessary for accidents, ailments, chronic conditions, as well as health services like sports physicals, flu shots, and health screenings. They accept most major health insurance plans, and they can bill the insurance companies directly. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West.
9:54 to go, as Madeline just said. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic, Med Park West High School football. Presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. Pulaski County on top, 49-21. Late in the late in the second quarter, we were tied at 21. Pulaski County has run the margin out to 4 scores.
Yeah, Madison Southern, they had momentum, and then Pulaski scores late in the second quarter.
There was a 15-yard penalty for roughing the kicker on the PAT. So Jacob Shepard, I will be surprised if this one can go to the end zone because he's had a good night anyway.
He has.
He will kick this one off, and it will be taken in the end zone, and Madison Southern will bring it out to the 20. As you documented earlier, there's another flag. As you documented earlier, Madison Southern hasn't had great field position all night. Let's see what this flag brings.
Well, there was a little.
Evan Mercer's standing over the flag going, right here. I don't know what the call's going to be.
Look at it.
He was not the player involved.
Yeah, but he's going to help him with the flag.
You threw it. Just want to make sure you could find it again.
Make sure you know what you're doing.
Could be one of those offsetting type.
Personal foul, Pulaski County. So it'll cost them 15 out to the 35, and I take back what I said about field position. As Madison Southern will have decent field position.
A young player involved in that.
Somebody.
And I'm sure he'll learn from that.
A big thank you to Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships Kentucky for presenting tonight's coverage of high school football. Be sure to take advantage of the end of summer savings at any of their Somerset locations. Visit them on Facebook at Don Franklin Somerset Family of Dealerships because they treat you like family.
Ball's at the 35. Boy, they might have got you, Madeline, but Madison Southern had a lineman missing. He had to come running out late, so we're good. Gave you plenty of time. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Thank you, Mad South.
Man on the wing. Tobias Storm been at quarterback all the way. Fakes it to Jones, keeps it, comes straight up the gut. We'll pick up maybe 3. Ball comes loose late, but the official's going to say he was down. Huff and Hargis and Leighton Abbott and company.
Perform a perfect flop on top.
Yeah.
That worked for us.
The ball's at the 30, call it 8-yard line. Gain
right.
of 3, second down and a long 7. Palmer and Smith go to the left. Tight end on the right side, twin setbacks. And hand off to Jones, coming behind the right tackle, gets to the 40, dragging people with him, but he is not going to get away from number 7.
Didn't have to look see whose number that was.
No, you didn't. He hit Hargis, tried to bounce off and keep the feet churning, and Hargis was having none of it. put it at the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 5. This 4-down territory, if they gain anything here, Dwayne?
Well,
down 4 scores with 8:50 and the clock moving.
You can't give the ball back to Pulaski.
They're looking at their coach like, what do we do now?
They need a 1st down.
They do. Smith and Etheridge to the left. Palmer to the right. They're still running people off. And the running back is Jones. And we get a whistle.
Timeout, Madison Southern.
I think Madison Southern might have been afraid of getting too many men on the field thing and went ahead and called timeout. Madeline?
No appointment is necessary at Quick Care Walk-In Clinic. They're right behind the hospital, just off Bogle Street in Med Park West, right where they have been for over a decade. Quick Care has lab and x-ray equipment right there in the clinic, and they're open late. So if you have an accident or you aren't feeling well, just walk in and let their highly qualified medical professionals take care of you. Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med Park West.
Somerset's added a couple of scores, so at the end of 3, they're on top of Williamsburg 27-13 now. So again, everybody having a good night thus far. And our thanks to the folks at Buffalo Wings and Rings for the video part of this thing tonight. They're our sponsor there, and if you're down there, hey.
Say hey, yeah. And thanks to all of our sponsors. We appreciate it. So if you are listening and hear us, frequent those sponsors and thank them.
That's right. I haven't been to Buffalo Wings and Rings since lunch.
Today?
But it was good, too. All right, the ball's at the 40-yard line.
Big play for Madison Southern.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3rd and 5 from your own 40. 8:31 to go, down 49-21. High snap. They fake it. Storm keeps it, gets out to the 44. Hargis rolls him down again, and it's going to bring up 4th down and right at a yard.
I think that helps you make your mind up about going for it.
Got to go here.
Yeah. No choice.
It has been all Pulaski County here in the second half.
The one 1st down Madison Southern has gotten has been via the penalty.
And they have got Storm. Okay, they put Smith in at the tailback. I'm sorry. I thought he was going to drop back in punt formation, but he's not. Storm takes it, keeps it, pitches to Smith coming wide. He's going to get the 1st down and not much more. But he's ridden down by Jacob Shepard after a gain of a couple. 1st down Madison Southern. Just enough on the edge.
Needed a yard, got 2. Mm-hmm. That was not a hard play to see coming.
No, you could. When Storm came down the line, you could see the gap over there, and he just tossed it to Smith. He didn't get much, but he got enough. Single receiver left, 2 to the right. And in motion coming to the right side is Jones. And long downfield on the pass is Storm reaching up. It's caught. Heading back to the middle of the field, going in for the score is Walt Smith. And a big play covering 54 yards for Madison Southern to crawl closer at 49-27.
Don't go away.
That was, if you're Pulaski County, unfortunate.
I was not expecting that.
He has thrown it deep on several occasions, and he's got the arm to get it down there.
Yeah.
But on that particular play, Smith got between the cornerback and the safety, and Pulaski County didn't roll over quick enough. And we're getting Baylor Willis out for the PAT out of the hold of Tobias Storm. Scoring recap's going to take a while. Waiting on a snap. It's a bit high. They get it down. Kick is up, and it is good. 7:11 to go in the 4th quarter on the Randall D. Shepherd scoreboard. 49-28 PC.
Henderson Chiropractic is committed to relieving your pain using the true principles of chiropractic care. Their caring, helpful team strives for excellence through extraordinary service and patient education. Dr. Henderson provides chiropractic care for injuries that occur during sports, auto accidents, work-related activities, or just everyday wear and tear. The experience you need for the results you want. That's Henderson Chiropractic.
49-28, Pulaski leading, 7:11 to go in the 4th quarter. Too early for onside kick, Paul?
No, I don't think so. If you're down, I mean, you're still down 3 scores with 7 minutes to go. You've got to make something happen. It's just, is that what you attempt to do, or do you think your defense can stop them one more time?
Pulaski thinks it's possible because they've got Jake Sloan, Tristan Cox.
Yeah, they've got 10 guys close too.
Yes.
The only guy deep is Donovan Abbott standing at the 20. We may have had a breakout tonight from one Donovan Abbott too. He's played well.
He has.
Not that he hadn't played well up to this point, but tonight he's played well. Yep. Madison Southern comes into a little squib. They kick it, try to run down and cover it. Ball is bouncing around at midfield.
Did Tristan?
Tristan Cox wasn't in there, but
Oh, for some reason I thought he grabbed it.
I don't know who got the football. Madison Southern got the football.
Madison Southern got it.
Oh, no.
The ball is right at midfield. Cox was in there. Pulaski had another player there. The officials are talking. The ball is marked right at the midfield stripe. Did it go 10 yards before it was touched? That's what we're discussing.
That's
right
the
now.
question. It looked like a Pulaski player may have been.
Yeah, there was a Pulaski player there. Did he touch it? I don't know. So that's why these guys get the big bucks. And they're going to go over to John Clark and tell him that maybe not.
Uh-oh.
You can tell by what the coach does right here as to how it's going to work. Yeah, while the official is talking to Madison Southern, and if you are an Eagle fan, that is not a good sign right here.
And they're now over talking to Coach Hines, and
and they're going to throw a flag on him for getting mad.
I think we can tell how this call is going to go.
Pulaski County may get the football in 15 yards. I was afraid that's what you were going to get when they all started huddling and hadn't made up their mind yet. First down, Pulaski.
And the boys are happy.
And you will mark off 15. I'm like you, Dwayne. I don't think the ball went 10 yards before it was touched. The question I have is who touched it.
Yeah, we don't have any idea who.
I swear I thought I
recovered.
saw Tristan's hand touch it, but he got up, so I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, well, they mark off 15 yards.
Well, he picked up his flag, so let's see if they do. So, again, the officials, they've done a good job tonight of keeping things moving. There's been some penalties. We're going to get a dead ball, unsportsmanlike, sideline warning. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike against Madison Southern. So they threw a flag for a sideline warning, which is no big deal on the first one. And then somebody over there, after the call was explained to them, said something they probably ought not to have said. And the ball is going to be marked off to the 45-yard line.
So it's a 5-yard penalty.
I've never seen a 5-yard unsportsmanlike.
It's been a personal foul and a unsportsmanlike now, 5-yard penalties.
And again, they may be making the right call. They're not making the right signal.
While we're hanging out, make sure that you stay after for the SEC Offensive Player of the Game. And since it's up in the air, the Modern Systems Defensive Player of the Game.
That explained it. They moved to the yard. First and 10, Pulaski from the 44 with 7:05 to go. 2 receivers left, one to the right. They throw the little shovel pass to Jake Shepard, finds the seam, 40, makes a guy miss, gets to the 35 as he keeps driving. He's going to be a yard short of a first down. Tyler Boots on the stop. Gain of 9, second down and a yard. Nice run, picking up an extra 4 or 5 yards from Jake Shepard.
Shepard may be their fastest
Maybe.
runner.
That was 28, wasn't it? Not
Yes,
20.
it was.
Okay. Making sure I hadn't messed that up. Shepard's left, 3 receivers to the right side. And they fake it and throw it over the middle. That is Adams inside the 30 down to the 27. Hit and dropped by the linebacker Clay Bunch, and it'll be an L&N first down for Pulaski County. Yeah, we may have to revisit what we were talking about. Ball's at the 27-yard line. 2 receivers each way on 1st and 10, just over halfway in the 4th quarter remaining. Poston takes it, rolls left, got plenty of time, rolls left, fires it over the middle. Got a receiver at the 20. That is Caleb Adams, and he had pretty tight coverage, and Poston waited in there, and Adams caught it for a gain of 7. Down to the 20-yard line, make it the 19, gain of 8. And Pulaski County with the 2nd and 2, and they are inside the Rick Barker red zone. And since early in the game, Pulaski County they have bought property off of Rick Barker, and now they own the red zone.
Do.
They've been in there all night.
407 yards through the air. For
Good grief.
Drew.
Yeah, that may change. Anyway.
Tiger Poston.
Single receiver left, 3 to the right. That's high up on that list. Hand off to Cherry, waits for traffic to clear, and going to pick up 3 yards, maybe 4. Straight up the middle will bring up. Give him 3 to the 16, but that's an L&N first down right there. He got just enough, and he hesitated just enough for Hines and Hughes to open a hole.
Yeah, I think he was actually brought down by one of his linemen.
Tennessee set with twin backs, Adams and Abbott. Back in the backfield, single receiver left, 2 to the right. Poston takes it, hands off to Abbott, comes to the left, cuts it back, gets to the 15, lowers the shoulder, gets thrown forward, and thrown one more time, and they're going to get a flag on it. Spun him around one more time. He got 5 yards to the 11, and they'll tack some more onto that. Pulaski County will be deep in Madison Southern territory with 4:24 to go. Yeah, one more time. They will mark it at the 12, so I don't think he got a good spot. But we have a timeout with 4:24 to go, and Pulaski up 49-28. We're waiting on a margin.
Intrust Counseling is proud to offer psychiatry, counseling, case management, medication assistance, and family practice services all under one umbrella. Please call them at 676-0638 or check out their new website at intrust-healthcare.com to get services started today. You can also find them on Facebook.
4:24 to go. Pulaski County on top of Madison Southern, 49-28. This is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Med-Park West High School football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. After the penalty, Pulaski County will have a 1st and goal from the 6.
Marked off 6 yards, half the distance.
So another penalty on Madison Southern. They get a guy coming on real late as they change personnel. Pulaski County 2 receivers to the right. Kanan Daniels to the left. Twin backs, Abbott and Cherry. Out there for Pulaski County. Low snap, they give it to Abbott, coming behind the left side of that line, and he will go in. They got a hand on him, but not much of one, and Donovan Abbott scores from 6 yards out.
He has shown that you've got to get more than a hand on him.
Now that won't work. So 4:19 to go. Pulaski County scores again.
A Citizens National Bank touchdown
Yes,
for
ma'am.
Donovan Abbott. Is that his first or second touchdown?
That is his first.
His first.
And I'm not sure. That may be his first period. I'll have to get back to you on that.
Ooh.
Caleb Adams will hold for Jackson McAlpin. Pulaski County right now with 55 points on the board. Snap is down, the kick is up, and it is good. 4:19 to go. 56-28, Pulaski County.
It's great to see the guys so happy at their home opener. You can tell that all of them have had a really nice game. But a flat tire would really make this road trip better, said no one ever, which is why Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros makes taking care of your tires simpler. They offer a straightforward approach to tire and auto service that includes nationwide guarantees and a hassle-free experience. So you can get back to when you were on the move and you were carefree. Skip Cottrell's Tire Pros, hassle-free guarantee. Find out more online at skipstirepros.com.
You were wondering about Donovan Abbott's first touchdown?
Yes.
That is his first career touchdown.
Thank you, sir.
Wow.
As a freshman has looked impressive tonight. He's shown glimpses of it in their earlier games, but tonight I think he's earned some playing time.
Madeline was talking about being carefree. Remember the last time you were carefree, Dwayne? I think Gerald Ford was president.
Maybe Jimmy Carter.
Shepherd moves on the football. It is short. We'll hit the dead zone at the 15. Be taken on the bounce by Jones. Comes up, finds a seam, 25-30. He's got quick acceleration. He's flung out of bounds at the 35-yard line by one Ryan Dye. And Madison Southern will take over right there with 4:11 to go.
Even a ref was taken out on that one.
Mm-hmm. It's only the margin. Pulaski County up 4 scores as they took a 21-21 game and blew the doors off this thing early in the third quarter.
Madison Southern has a new quarterback in, I believe.
All right. Get a number and a name for you. They hand off to Jones. Breaks a tackle, gets to the 40. Breaks through some defenders, keeps his balance. Gets to midfield, the 45, and down he goes at the Pulaski 41-yard line. Getting in there for Pulaski County is Elias Sanchez on the stop. And it is Cole Carpenter, 6'1", 170-pound freshman, is in at quarterback for Madison Southern. Check for me, Dwayne, and let's see if we can get some numbers for Pulaski County as they're beginning to rotate some in. Most of everybody else that's out there has played before tonight. Sanchez in there right now to defensive end. They take it, hand off to Carson, straight up the gut. Will get across the 35 down to the 32-yard line, just short of a first down, I believe, with Connor Hargis on the stop for Pulaski County. James New, sophomore linebacker, will check in, as well as Sam Bergman. See Ethan Mills into the safety. Yeah, he's been in before tonight, but they take it and they fake it. Ball is bobbled, and Carpenter does a nice job right there to just fall on the thing. Lost back outside the 35-yard line, make it right at the 35-yard line. It'll bring up third down. Just 3 minutes to go, 3rd and 4 now.
Some more guys coming in, Paul.
Yep, I see Willie Nelson, 8-a-day linebacker. Guys in the secondary have played Cherry's playing some defense right now.
Yes, he is.
Huff is still in there, the linebacker. And they hand it to Jones, come behind the left side. He will get down to the 30 and the 29-yard line, so he'll get enough for a Madison Southern first down. I see Aiden Wesley, of course, he started tonight at defensive end back out there right now. Carter Kring is playing up front for Pulaski County, trying not to miss anybody.
Sam Bergman is in. You may have mentioned him already.
Yep, Bergman's out there. Ball's at the 29-yard line, 1st and 10. 2:10 in the clock running. Carpenter takes it, hands off to Jones behind the left side of that line, finds a big hole, gets down inside the 25-20, breaks a tackle to the 10, shakes loose and goes into the end zone. Did he step out of bounds? He did not.
Touchdown.
29-yard touchdown for Adrian Jones, and Madison Southern on the board one more time with 1:52 to go.
They're not giving up.
No, they're out there fighting.
He slipped through several tackles there. But good running by Adrian Jones, who's
he's had a good night, hasn't he?
He has. He's up to 154 yards.
They're going to line up to go for 2, I think, much as anything else, just to give their freshman quarterback some experience. He takes it, hands off, and down goes Carson as he is hit and dropped in the backfield by Aiden Wesley. So the run failed on the conversion, and with 1:52 to go, the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard says Pulaski 56, Madison Southern 34.
Well, we have officially ran through all of our advertisements, but I would like to remind you to stay tuned for the Offensive Player of the Game and Defensive Player of the Game provided to you by Modern Systems and Somerset Community College.
And that will be on the Ford Brothers post-game show immediately following this game, which hopefully will end sometime soon.
That's the world famous.
The world famous Ford Brothers post-game show.
We'd also like to thank all of our sponsors for letting this happen tonight, especially Wings and Rings for our video, as this is the first video that we've gotten to do besides Lexington Catholic, so we appreciate that.
There you go. We've got a couple more on the book. We'll be back a couple times for that.
Yes.
Another onside kick.
Oh, yeah. Baylor Willis has got the ball on the tee at the 40. 56-34. Madison Southern's offense is not, it's got some spark to it. They do kick it off, and it will be taken over the shoulder by Adams at the 27. Brings it back to the 30. Finds a little bit of a seam at the 40. Here comes a flag. 45-50, 45-40. Got a convoy, gets to the 25, to the 20, down to the 16-yard line. But there's a flag at the 38 back in Pulaski territory, and I'll be surprised if this one does not come back. Holding against Pulaski.
So never mind.
So never mind. So a nice run, all for naught. And I will get my roster out as Pulaski County will send out Connor Lanter and Christian Guerrero.
Brady Kane is out there.
I think I see Jacob Bates and Tucker Vaught. Some of these young guys that when these seniors graduate are going to get to play next year.
Bryson Duggar.
Yep, Duggar at quarterback. Chandler Godby. And Grayson Turner. I'm missing one lineman, Jason McCowan. And Duggar takes it, hands off to Abbott. The freshman trying to get to the outside is not going to, and he's going to be hit and dropped as he gets across the 30 to the 32. So maybe a gain of 4. Bring up second down and 6. See Taylor Robbins in the game for Pulaski County. You mentioned Kane is out there at a wide receiver. And they take it, and Duggar will throw it. He'll throw it to Turner. Can't handle it. Dropped it out at the 35-yard line. Incomplete. Will bring up third down. I mentioned Robbins at tight end, didn't I? I think that may be everybody that's out there right now.
Logan Godsey, did you remember?
I did not.
He just checked in.
All right.
And in case you hadn't noticed or never seen Duggar throw the ball, he's got an arm.
He's got a cannon.
Yes, he does.
Third down and call it 6 from the 32 with 1:01 to go. Duggar takes it, straight back to throw. Looking left, sets, fires downfield. Got Turner behind the defense again, can't handle it. Little bit behind him. Pretty good coverage by Madison Southern's Logan Akers, but it's going to bring up 4th and 6 with 55 seconds to go.
Pretty good toss. A little behind him. It kind of floated on him.
Yeah, he could have had a little more air under it. Your receiver's got to adjust. And, again, just one of those things where youngsters trying to make a connection in punt formation.
Is that Aiden Wesley?
It is Aiden Wesley. Punt formation. Madison Southern's not buying it. 55 seconds to go. The line of scrimmage is the 32. Good snap. They put a little pressure on it. Wesley gets it away, and it will hit at the 40. Take a big Pulaski bounce inside the 30, inside the 25, and it will be down at the 22-yard line with 45 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. Stops at 44. Get a couple extra seconds there.
Nice 46-yard punt by Wesley.
44 seconds to go. 56-34, Pulaski County on top of Madison Southern. Pulaski will move to 4-1. The Eagles will drop to 2-3. And again, district play starts next week. Pulaski County will be at Whitley County, and we will be at Whitley County because that's what we do. And Madison Southern will open their district against Collins at home. Carpenter takes it, hands off to Carson, trying to go wide left, and he runs into a defender and drags the pile for a yard or so, but that's all she wrote for Pulaski County. James New was the first guy there, a gain of a couple on the play. We're down to 30 seconds and counting. Trying to see if there's anybody that is playing that we haven't seen tonight. See some guys in some different positions. I do see Devin Wesley in on the defensive front.
They will not run another play.
No.
This game is over.
They will not have to run another play. Madison Southern heads to the sidelines. Pulaski County will come near us. We have finished 4 quarters from PC Field. First home game of the season for the Maroons, and they come away victorious 56-34. Pulaski County 56, Madison Southern 34 on the Randall D. Turpin CPA scoreboard. And we are getting ready to start the Ford Brothers, as Dwayne says, world famous post-game show. And I will do a scoring recap. Dwayne is feverishly doing his writing over here, trying to add stuff up.
Ford Brothers Auctioneers, a proud sponsor of local high school sports. Whether you are selling a family estate, private or commercial real estate, equipment, or personal property, they've got you covered. Ford Brothers Auctioneers is recognized statewide and nationally as one of the leaders in the auction industry. Whether it's live on-site, online, or a combination of both, you can count on Ford Brothers Auctioneers to deliver top-quality organization, advice, and results for you. Visit them online at FordBrothersInc.com. Ford Brothers Auctioneers, selling the country since 1965.
Pull up a snack, boys and girls. It's going to take a minute. 9:18 to go in the first quarter. Pulaski County's Grand Oaks, a 14-yard pass from Drew Poston. Jackson McAlpin with the PAT. Maroons led it 7-0. 8 seconds to go in the first quarter. The Maroons again. Jake Sloan, a 19-yard pass from Drew Poston. McAlpin with a kick. It was 14-zip after one. 8:18 to go in the second. Madison Southern. Tobias Storm with a 9-yard run. The kick was blocked, and it was 14-6. 3:30 to go in the first half. Walt Smith, a 37-yard pass from Storm. Braden Carson with the run, and we're tied at 14. 2:16 to go in the half. Pulaski County's Tristan Cox with a 10-yard run. McAlpin with a kick. Maroons back up 21-14. 1:58 to go in the half. Adrian Jones with a 73-yard run. Willis with the kick. Baylor Willis tied at 21. 43 seconds to go in the half. Pulaski County's Cox, a 17-yard pass from Poston. McAlpin with a kick. It's 28-21 at intermission. 7:23 to go in the third. Pulaski County's Jake Sloan, an 11-yard pass from Poston. McAlpin with a kick makes it 35-21. 1:52 to go in the third. And you've got Braden Gibson with a pass from Poston. McAlpin with a kick makes it 42-21 after 3. 9:54 to go in the game. Pulaski County's Cox with an 8-yard run. McAlpin with a kick, 49-21. 7:11 to go in the fourth. Madison Southern Smith, a 54-yard pass from Storm. Willis with the kick makes it 49-28. 4:19 to go. Pulaski County's Donovan Abbott with a 6-yard run. McAlpin with a kick, 56-28. And with 1:52 to go, Madison Southern with a 29-yard run from Adrian Jones. The run on the conversion failed. Pulaski County wins it 56-34. And they will again move to 4-1. And Madison Southern will drop to 2-3 as we get ready to go to the district. And if you will round up the Modern Systems Defender of the game and the Somerset Community College Offensive Player of the game and read, I'll tell you what, let's do the offensive one first. I think I can go ahead and knock that out of the way. And you could go 2 or 3 different ways on that. Both teams have met at midfield, and Pulaski County, as they always do, you've got a crowd of players near midfield and parents and fans and such all around.
We know life can be hectic. That's why we have Somerset Community College, because they offer flexible online programs in addition to traditional in-class learning. Our small class sizes mean personal attention, and with over 40 programs of study, you're sure to find one that fits. Remember, you've got this. Get started today by applying at somerset.kctcs.edu. Come experience SCC. Real people, real success.
We could go several different ways with the SCC player of the game. We could go with Jake Sloan for getting to second all-time in the state of Kentucky. Donovan Abbott had a whale of a game. But, oh, by the way, Drew Poston threw for 400-plus yards tonight through the air. 407. And Drew Poston will be the Somerset Community College offensive player of the game.
Not only did he throw for 407 yards, he's 31 for 39.
Good grief.
And he also rushed for 39 yards in his spare time,
spare time?
on 8 carries.
Have you got a defender of the game ready?
Well,
we could go 2 or 3 different ways.
Well, we discussed one, Jacob Shepard,
All right,
28.
Let's go right there. He did a nice job against the run early and knocked a pass or two down later in the football game. And played well the last couple of weeks, too, as a matter of fact.
And even though we don't call it defense, his kicking tonight.
It's a weapon.
It's a weapon.
It really is.
He really did a
gives
great
you field
job.
position.
Since 1979, Modern Systems has been defending communities all across Kentucky, and they are proud to be part of the communities that they serve, committing time and sponsorships to numerous charities like Project 5810, Relay for Life, March of Dimes, the Heart Walk, local school programs, and many more. Modern Systems, your neighbors and your friends. They work 24/7 to protect the things that matter most to you, from homes to businesses to schools and churches. Let Modern Systems be your trusted name in security.
Before Dwayne goes to work, Somerset 41-13 down over Williamsburg. Southwestern 29-20 over George Rogers Clark. Pulaski winner here 56-34. So happy joy all around, right?
Some totals now. Madison Southern finishes the game with 16 first downs. On the ground, 36 carries, 248 yards, 3 touchdowns, nothing in the third quarter. A lot of that was late in the fourth quarter.
Right.
7 for 12 through the air, 153 yards and 2 touchdowns. Total offense of 401 yards on 48 plays for Madison Southern. 5 punts, 177 yards, 8 penalties, 71 yards. No turnovers for Madison Southern in the game. Pulaski. Offensive showcase tonight. 29 first downs, 24 carries, 132 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Through the air, 31 for 41, 407 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Total offense of 539 yards on 65 plays. I haven't said that number in a long time. 2 punts, 88 yards, 5 penalties, 58 yards. Fumbled once, they regained it. 1 interception, 1 turnover for Pulaski in the game.
This is Quick Care Walk-In Clinic at Mid-Park West High School Football, presented by the Don Franklin family of dealerships. Our video presented by Buffalo Wings and Rings. And this is the Ford Brothers Auctioneers Realtors post-game show. Pulaski 56-34. Individuals, Dwayne.
Individual numbers for, we'll mention Adrian Jones. 13 carries, 154 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Man has a lot of speed. Walt Smith, 5 catches, 119 yards. They've got some nice young players on this Madison Southern team. Pulaski County, Donovan Abbott, 7 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Tristan Cox, 4 carries, 25 yards, and 2 of those were touchdown runs. Drew Poston, 8 carries, 39 yards on the ground. Jake Sloan, through the air, 9 catches, 156 yards, and he's not the player of the game. 2 touchdown receptions, and he's also second in the Kentucky history, state history of on receptions. And he's still got a few games to go.
He does.
Donovan Abbott also managed to catch 5 balls for 62 yards. Grant Oaks, before he got injured, 3 catches, 29 yards, and a touchdown. Evan Cherry, 2 catches, 27 yards. Tristan Cox, 2 catches, 32 yards, one of those a 17-yard touchdown reception. Caleb Adams, another guy that goes unmentioned a lot.
He really
just does everything. 4 catches, 55 yards. And Braden Gibson, his first touchdown reception. He had 3 catches tonight for 31 yards, and one of those was a 20-yard touchdown catch. Jacob Shepard also caught 3 for 15 yards. And as I mentioned earlier, Drew Poston, he was just 31 for 39 for 407 yards.
Pulaski County a winner, 56-34. What do you think, Madeline?
Well, I made it through. That's first off. It is over.
That's the first thing we're always after. Try to make it through the game.
No, but I think it was really awesome for them to have such a good game as their first home opener. And so many guys got the chance to kind of show their stuff because we either had kids out or kids resting or kids still on the recovery from being out. So a bunch of people got the opportunity to kind of show what they were made of, and I think people like Donovan Abbott and Caleb Adams showed what they were made of tonight, and I was really proud of them, and I'm glad that they got to do it in front of a lot of people that were for us, not for the other team.
Any final words, Dwayne?
Impressive showing by this Pulaski County offense. I was impressed, and the young players just keep showing up, and Coach Hines and his staff did a good job. And defensive adjustment, I guess that's what you got to hand that to, because that third quarter, Madison Southern had nothing. They no first downs.
Pulaski County wins 56-34 for Kevin, for Pat, for Madeline Dudley, for Dwayne Clark. I'm Paul Wright. Until next week, good night.